All right, guys, and welcome to Dope Check, episode number 82. We're officially back, and we had quite the weekend of action. LA Thieves, key talking point. What are they going to do in the coming days? OpTic potentially dethroned as the #1 team in the game. Some people are talking about NPC drama as well, but also a big name stepping away from the competitive side of the community, and he's in the call today. We've got a lot to talk about on Dope Check, episode 82. Thanks all for tuning in live and after the fact. Thanks, Ricardo, supporting the show as ever. I'll hand it to you first of all, SlasheR. You might not be here the whole time. Feel free to step out if we ask you too many questions. But been a pleasure watching you compete over the years, and thanks for joining the show today to talk about a little bit of it.
Yeah, thank you, man. It's good to be here. Ready to chop it up with the boys.
Oh yeah, what's good, Don? You're back.
What's going on? What's going on? Just hit the gym with Ken. Was a good sesh. I start school back today. We got a elite back. I got a lot. We got a lot going on. But I'm here. Monday is the highlight of my Mondays. So yeah, just here to have a good show. Here to have a good time with the trio, and ask Austin some questions as well.
Oh boy, we're back with one of my favorite AR players too of all time. We had some battles along the line. Austin stays top 3 for my favorite ARs of all time. Even though I competed, I don't even would never put myself in there. I'm not gonna gas him too much though. He's been getting gassed his whole
Yeah,
career,
come on.
So, we don't want to gas him too much. But yeah, Mondays we're back. League matches. Some potential roster mania. The Ravens are looking good, which is not good. Yeah, You know me. I got an agenda. And it's not being fulfilled right now. It's not being fulfilled right now, and I don't like it. But we're gonna get into it. It's gonna be This one's gonna be a really fun episode. So if you're in the stream right now, go tell your friends, your mother, your brother, your sister, your sons, your daughters to come tune in, because it's gonna be the best show that we've had in a while.
Absolutely. Thanks to our guys supporting the content this season as well. If you guys want to pick up any of their products, use code Breaking Point and get yourself a nice tasty little discount. Link in the top line of the description. Let's get right into it. No time to waste, because look, the graphic came out this time last week. SlasheR was still playing for Ravens. Now that's no longer the case. Obviously, you've had a few days to digest it now, Austin. Were you talked about it a little bit on stream, so we don't have to rehash old ground. But now you've had a few days to kind of digest the decision. Did you expect to come into the season and kind of do a Scump, right? Because Scump, he said he was going to retire at the end of the year. Then he ends up calling it a day in January. Kind of a similar story here, I guess.
No, I don't really think I expected that to happen. Well, the thing is too, is I announced it last week, but I kind of did it right after Christmas to try to give the team a little bit more time to figure things out. It was pretty much a day or two after Christmas is when I actually made the phone call. So it's been a little while now. It still really hasn't set in. It kind of just feels like a break to me right now. So it feels weird. I've just been staying busy, obviously watching playoff football, hanging out with friends. I've been hitting the gym like crazy. That's my main grind right now, to be honest, is just the health grind on creatine, taking AG1. I'm eating steaks like crazy, chicken, broccoli. I'm going ham right now with that. So
Trey, you taking
it
notes?
really hasn't sunk in, but I've always said once you start thinking about it, it's time. And I started thinking about it, especially when I came home a lot. So I just was like, yeah.
I'm on Compound V. That's what I'm on. Turn into. Nah, he is right though. It happened to me in MW2 when I got dropped. I played challenges for a little bit. Got second in the first elite. I had one of the top KDs, and I was like, "Yo, I'm not shit. I'm good to be back." And then I'm watching Ravens get 50-point club, 60-point club. They didn't want to map in a week and a half in scrims. Dom sat there ripping out his hair, and I'm like, "Yo, put me back in. I'll make the team better." He's like, "Nah, the boys don't want you back in." I'm like, "Well, the boys shouldn't have a fucking choice because they can't get a fucking win. They didn't win in 6 months. They're celebrating their first 10 CDL points like I didn't get 30 from at the start of the year. So that really and then you get told that we're probably not going to be putting you back in because people don't want you back in, even though you're better than them. So then that's when I looked at it and was like, all right, shit. I'm not old. I can't even, when did I retire? Like 25? Like back in the day, like 25 wasn't even like that old, but now you tell the cracked 19-year-olds that you're playing with a 25-year-old, they're like, whoa, shit. Yo, we're gonna have to run around and fry for this guy because this guy can't move. But yeah, like Austin said, once you have that one thought pop in your brain, it's over with. Like it actually is over with.
Yeah. Do you have like any not really any, but it doesn't have to be like a person, but it could be like an event or something that happened, like franchising, something that you feel like bitter towards in your career, that like, or something that happened once you knew like, okay, if this didn't happen, I probably still would be playing right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's definitely COVID and the CDL like format. I went into this a little bit, but bro, in the CWL, we were playing like all the time. You were getting tournament reps on the weekends. Yeah, there were sometimes league matches and stuff like that, but you were playing like a lot. Bro, this season we practiced for like a month, and I showed up and played one match on Friday. Then I had warm-up Saturday, Sunday, and then a day off Monday. Basically 3 days off. Like, you guys know how warm-ups are. It's a wasted day.
it's a waste of time. Yeah,
It's a waste of time. And then the next week, same thing. I played one match. I'm like, bro, I'm playing like 8 maps in 2 months.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, bro, I used to play 8 matches in the first week of the game release.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I miss the old format. I wish they would just get away from this. The league matches, like you see teams play once a weekend sometimes. It's like, bro, I think Challengers is no BS. Like, it's better than the CDL right now. Like, it actually is. You can watch them scrim all the time. They're playing 2 or 3 matches on Wednesday Thursday, I think. And then you guys have
now in the league,
you guys have tournaments on weekends. Like, bro, what are we doing with this CDL format? I think ever since COVID hit, it became online. I mean, you guys know how I always was. I used to always roast online. And now we got fans gassing people for being good in their bedroom only. Like, I don't know what happened, but that was the moment for me. I think that like really changed things. I think if it stayed how it was, I would have probably had another few elite years at least. Like, I still had some moments online, like MW19 had some moments where I was on 100 ping and we got second, and I was dragging my team to the finals, like on 100 ping. Like, so I had some moments, but it just wasn't the same.
I mean, respectfully, we've still got people just play it like we got people just running shit from the bedroom now as it is. You know, the teams ain't even got facilities.
Yeah.
You know, at least give the players some sort of like, you know, a little oomph. Like, yo, motherfuckers are fist bumping the walls. You know, so I had that with you know, that definitely dampens the mood.
Because last year Ravens had Brian Saint's penthouse, right? But this year was a different story.
But even that's not the same.
It ain't. I mean, even the facility London gave us, that we called that the Bat Cave. No windows, no nothing, just pure underground lair. And, you know, of course, like me, I like sitting on the far right. So when I sat on the far right, when there was rain, if there was any rain, it would leak through the walls and it would flood my PC setup, and only mine. My PC setup was on 3 boards of plywood.
Yeah. I mean, another thing too with like the online stuff is like, I think Don and Trey, like you guys especially can relate to this. It's like once you've played for years and you've been on tournament stages and big matches, it doesn't matter how hard you're going online, you can't be in that same mode. Like, you just can't. It's like being an MLB player and then playing on a high school baseball field with 2 fans. Like, there's no way they can be in that same like mindset, and like you're trying to, but you just can't like force yourself. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a hard thing to explain if you've never experienced.
Yeah, because you got the adrenaline rush from being on the main stage. Like, like, you know, I'm walking into an underground facility, the underground lair, with a big match on the line. Usually I'm like, you know, at an event, I wake up, I shower, I go for a walk, I get the AirPods in, then I link up with the team, and then we're sat there in the back getting ready, hyped up. Nah, I wake up, I sit in my bedroom, scroll a couple TikToks, wait till wait till the Uber's outside. They go to the lair, and then even when you're in the lair, there's no vibes there. There's no fans. There's no nothing. Like, how am I supposed to take any of like the big series seriously? And then what do you do after you win? You go back to your bedroom.
Yeah.
Like, I just played here. Now I'm in here. You know, like, and there's like you said, there's no dope. That's what I genuinely feel like that's where I lost. Like, the games aside, MW2 being the worst game of COD I've ever played in my life. Games aside,
Yeah.
I think the competing aspect of it like got way worse too. Like,
Yeah.
we definitely went backwards with the CDL. There's a lot of pros and a lot of cons, but you can't tell me MLG didn't have it down to a T where we'd fly out and play on LAN. Like,
We were spoiled. We were literally spoiled.
so spoiled. Like, obviously, like in the league, we got like, you know, we got like nicer contracts sometimes, and you know, healthcare, whatever like that. But listen, we didn't have a single problem with that when we was in MLG, going to MLG Columbus, Ohio, playing in their studio. The only thing that was bad about that was where they stuck us in the apartments. But guess what? When we had one issue, it got resolved, and we ended up in a different spot. Now it's just like you said. Now we're just playing online. It's like they got neglected. Like, a lot of the players just like got neglected with the online stuff, and we lose a lot of good players from that too. Like, you being one of them. Like, the passion just goes.
I mean,
there's
you can
nothing
see
you
it
can
clear
do
as
about
day
it.
with Formal, right? Like, I think Formal's probably the most prime example of this. How he was still top level player, but like, he was so checked out of the online bullshit in Cold War that he just called it a day. Because he actually thought, I think he thought he'd lost it a bit. But then he went to Halo and then he realized actually, no, he hadn't lost it at all.
Did you ever think that, Austin, that you lost it a little bit?
I think the first time I started thinking maybe a little bit was partway through like certain times of BO6. Like, at the beginning,
Okay.
well,
I feel like at the
MW3,
beginning you were fine.
Yeah, you
I
were
was
good
fine,
still.
yeah. So MW3, like, I fried at the first event. We lost. I had like 1.5
Yeah,
in that match. We lost.
yeah, I remember it.
Yeah.
It was in Boston.
And then I ended up getting dropped after we lost at a Major 2. And then I had like a big time off. So coming into BO6, I was like, okay. I was like, we'll see what happens now. I haven't played COD in like 6 months.
Yeah.
And then I showed back up to BO6, and I was going hard. The team was going hard, and I was frying. So I was like, okay, this is like riding a bike. Like, I'm never going to lose this shit. Like, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And then I just feel like the team just, I don't know, the scrims. You know, even Shotzi was roasting our team about not trying to practice. Like, I didn't come out and say it because I'm on the team. But, yeah, we weren't, like, bro, our practice was a waste of time most of the time. And then we just started going downhill. And then I was like, damn, maybe I just lost it, because I was like, even before, like, if I didn't try all day in practice, like, I could still show up and do decent. Like, we're just getting shit on. But I was like, in this year, I was like playing not so good. Like, I'm just like, I'm not as good as I was, obviously, because if you put me in World War II with a team who doesn't know what's going on, I'm willing us to victory in certain scenarios. Like, I'm willing us to victory. I can't do that nowadays, but I just think I could be like average right now. Like, a good player, like, that brings other things to the table, like, that can help us, like, elevate us to win. I'm obviously not how I was.
So why do you think that it was that? Because for me, I feel like it was just dope. Like,
I think
for
partly
shooting, there was not one point where I thought I couldn't get kills the same way.
Yeah, no, I mean, shooting.
I'm asking on that. I'm asking that on like that, and like, you think, like, were you doubting your talent, or like how you viewed your confidence? Like, did your confidence start to drop? Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
My confidence in my own ability, like, shooting, is not the issue. It was more so the confidence going into matches as a team, because I just knew we weren't prepared. Like, every match we're going into, I realized, like, we're not as prepared as we should be. Like, also, another big thing for me throughout my career was playing 8s. And I mean, bro, 8s are dead most of the time. You can't get extra reps. So that was another thing where I was like, dude, I can't even play the game outside of scrims half the time. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm not just going to play wagers. Like, that's not doing anything for me. But it was more so the confidence as a team, because I just knew, like, we weren't prepared for every situation. Whereas, bro, if I logged into BO4 with my 100T team, like, I knew, it doesn't matter what's going on the map. I know we have a plan for this, and we're going to do that plan, like, 90% of the time. And COD's such a split decision-making game. You shouldn't have to think too much in a match. You should just kind of do because you already went over it in practice. And I caught myself the last few years with these teams having to think a lot in the match. I'm like, bro, why am I having to think? Like, we just don't know what's going on as a team.
Yeah. Okay.
It's sad to see though, you know, like Austin said about like no one playing eights. Like, you guys don't even play.
How good the game is.
You guys don't play COD as it is.
Yeah.
You don't even play a lot of COD. Like I said, there's a few matches on a weekend. You play one match a weekend, and then you go home. Like what do you do? World War II was like some of the funnest times I've had, I think, and Black Ops 4 and stuff like that. You scrim. You maybe go play a league match if you're at the matches, and then you come home and you grind 8s till 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I could do that now too. Like if not on not on this game. Don't get twisted. But
yeah,
like
if it was BO4,
I don't know. It was just like it was like a full year of dope. Is the best way to put it. Like there was never a time when I was like, man, I don't want to get on. Like I couldn't stop getting. And now it just seems like players, you know, regardless of what they say about the game, like, oh, the game's good. I don't know why like the player base or the viewers are not there. You guys don't play the game as it is either. I don't know how many players in the league don't even touch the game after they finish the scrims and stuff like that.
I think
I'd
too,
say
like, oh my bad to cut you off.
No, you go.
I was talking about with Don, like you're talking about like dope. It's like that's another thing too is when I grinded the other games, like I could play 12 hours a day and I was having fun the entire time. Like I was enjoying the it doesn't matter if we're getting shit on. It doesn't matter if we're winning. I was loving grinding the game throughout like the whole CWL era. And I think if you love the game and you love the grind, you're naturally going to be better.
Yeah.
Like I still put in a lot of work in the CDL. Like I'm just naturally going to work hard, but I didn't love playing the game. Like I just loved the competition. And I think if you have that love for the game, you're naturally going to be better than if you just are there for the competition as well.
Right.
And we talked about that a little in the intro, right? Like that. Is it just we're getting old, or if the game's got worse? Like, there's probably a bit of both, but because you've been making your point, Austin, in the last few days about the movement, right? Like Omni movement, all this. And okay, I'd mentioned it before we got the show started, but all right, let's say Modern Warfare 4, magically Joe Seacott turns up with classic old style movement again. It's like, it's still not going to be a game that gets you excited to play, right? Because that's just the way that things have gone in the last few years. Even if we got... It just feels like even if a lot of the boxes got ticked, which they have done, it's still not quite the same as it used to be in some way.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw a picture circulating the internet today, and I saw a Black Ops 2 picture of Meltdown.
That's what we were looking at earlier.
We talked about it in the intro. I'll bring it up on the stream right now.
Listen, compared to, like, the Black Ops 2 one was 14 years ago. Yeah. Okay, let's put this in perspective. They said we're going to have flying cars in 2025. No, we have just got one of the most boring looking maps, raped out, colors look dead maps of all time. And like, I could go back to Black Ops 2 and catch a lot of dope playing that. Like Austin said, if Tupac Douglord told us to, yo, hop on, Money 8s are back on MWR, I'm sprinting. Yeah. Because we used to do that 14 hours a day. Like, you call it sad, whatever you want, but we were putting up... It wasn't even about how much money you were putting up. It was just about playing a game that was fun.
Yeah.
That's what we enjoyed. But that picture I saw today actually just made me, like, not want to load up the game. And I mean, bro,
me and Don were grinding Ghost 8s for, like, $5. And we were going hard because that $5 meant a lot back then, bro. Like... We were like, that's our lunch money for tomorrow, bro.
Right.
Like,
even those tournaments, like, you know, where you put 10 creds down, you know, like, I'm seeing players only play the game because they've got thousands of dollars on the line. Yeah. There's no love of the game anymore. There isn't. It's, oh, I'm going to hop on and look like I'm trying because I've got $700 on the line because I've got 44 siders and, you know, I'm playing for $100. Like, there's no love of the game. Austin, we were scamming people back then in Money 8s because I'll play for 20. Yo, he's playing for 20. That's a lot of money. Nah, hell nah, you ain't getting that. You know, you can come find me for that. Like, you're losing the craziest way in scam. But now people are just playing for like fight, which is cool, you know, whatever. But I don't know. I genuinely believe everyone's lost a lot of love for the game. Like not just the older players, even the younger players. Like, you know, we still got like, you know, take Nero for example. He's been around for a little bit. He's 23 years old. Like we looked at those people as like, yo, they got love for the game. Nah, I don't think anyone's got love for the game right now. I think they're just hopping on and playing for their contract money. There's a few people that do, but you know, I've seen it a lot of the times where people just like finish their matches and get off the game. Don't want to get back on until the scrims again. And it's sad.
I remember when it was 10 years ago when I was already invested in competitive COD to a degree, but I mean, we're talking 10 years ago now, Black Ops 3. I've scored some SlasheR on the World Championship, but it's kind of crazy to think about. It's a decade on. But like that was the year, this time in Black Ops 3, this time 10 years ago, that was probably the most popping COD's ever been. Like when Nick Merckx was playing Wages, the Search and Destroy scene was just so exciting. Like it was so much fun to play and to watch. And I feel like if I was 16 again, but on this game, not that, like it's just not the same. It doesn't matter, right? Like even if, just because we're old and washed up now, or not washed up, depending on what the case may be. Yeah, I don't know. We're never going to get back to that time, probably. And it is what it is. I guess we just have to accept that we have to do our best with what we've got.
Yeah.
And then Infinity Ward coming in next year. And
Can't wait, baby. I can't wait, baby.
Ruining my life.
I am
Oh
hyped.
my God.
Thanks for all the super chats we got
some
so far in the stream as well. Viper Gamer with a couple. We'll certainly get to some of these talking points as well. I know you're talking about buying a league spot, Viper. We're going to talk a little bit about Bush in a second. Also, Luke with the $2 exceed fast. We'll talk a little about exceed in a second. Because he did have a few words to say. Anyway, sorry, Trey, go on.
I was gonna say I saw some of those leaks, early leaks for the next game, and I saw exact same movement as MW2. Nothing's changed. And I saw early preview of no red dots on minimaps.
There's no way.
There's no way
Listen,
to do that.
It's like very early, but like man, oh man, oh man. Well, if that's the case, I will. My $70 will be so secure in my wallet. It's not even funny. I'm putting that on red.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You get better return than that. So yeah, Austin, now it's all over. I know we did mention it briefly before the show, but like what, as you say, it kind of feels like you want a break. What are you thinking going forwards? Obviously, other players have stepped into a coaching role. It's not like people always say this. They're like, oh, you should just coach. But nowadays, you can't just walk into a coaching spot like you used to be able to. Like when coaches were first becoming a thing, the players that happened to retire about that time period just got free jobs. Whereas nowadays, it's not quite so simple. I mean, I think given your mindset and everything, you would be a great coach, but also I can imagine it might be kind of, you know how you've been. You always worked really hard, right? Like you would be a good drill sergeant as a coach, but it might not be what keeps you engaged, especially with these games. I don't know. But Karma took a couple of years out, then he came back and did it. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just kind of taking it slow right now, trying to figure out what I want to do. Like I said, the main goal is just staying in the gym and staying active. Trying to not get bored, pretty much. But if the right opportunity were to arise, I'd heavily consider it. For coaching, I'm not gonna say like for sure I'm gonna do it, but I will say I'm not just gonna coach just to coach. Like if I'm gonna coach, it's gonna be like for a good team, for people who want to work hard. Like I'm not just coaching some bottom 4 team just to be a coach. Like if I'm gonna coach a team that, you know, maybe they're not the best, but like we have the ability to work and get to the point where we're there in a Sunday, like playing for a tournament win. Otherwise, I think it's kind of just, I don't know. I wouldn't be engaged if we're just getting last.
Yeah, you ain't just coaching for a salary, just to have it.
Yeah, no. I want to coach like people who want to try to win and who are willing to do what it takes to win.
Nah, I can see that. I couldn't see you coaching like some just dead team, just getting last every event and just being sweet with it.
The only way I'd do that is if I had full control. and I could just start like building teams myself. like, all right, I'm gonna get this
Oh.
player from this team. I'm gonna do this. Like, that's the only way. But outside of
And
that, yeah, no.
nah, you know what happens? They pick up a coach. They get their franchise player and just let him pick his boys. You know how that goes. And then you're the coach sat there like, shit, like I gotta work with this.
Is there any like content you want to do? Places you want to travel? Like, you got a lot of time. I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna hit you at some point. It's gonna hit you at some point. You're gonna be like, damn, this shit over.
You're gonna
for
be
real.
bored as
It's
hell.
over with.
Yeah.
You're
I
gonna be
know.
bored as hell.
This is
I
gonna be
know.
over with.
I mean, I definitely want to travel. I went to Italy last year, which was awesome. I went
Okay.
to Hawaii the year before that, so I definitely want to do a trip. I know my girlfriend really wants to go some places, so I'm sure we'll end up going somewhere eventually this year. Outside of that content, I mean, I do enjoy doing stuff like this, hopping on and talking COD. I feel like I can talk people's ears off when it comes to this stuff, so I do enjoy doing that. I turned my stream on the day of the retirement announcement, which was actually really difficult. I'm not gonna lie. When I sent that tweet out, I was thinking like I'm gonna go live right away and just talk. And I sent the tweet out, and I sat here on my chair for an hour, just like looking at Twitter, and I couldn't hit the go live button. And then finally, I was like, you know what, fuck it. Like I owe people like at least to just go live for a little bit. So I did that. You know, maybe I'll do some watch parties. Maybe I'll turn the stream on. I just haven't been rushing to do it because I'm like, I don't want to say like I'm committed to doing this right now because I really don't have any plans. Like I'm open to plans, but I'm not just committed to anything just yet.
Yeah, I mean, you've been scrimming since 2007.
Yeah, I've had no break, bro. And even
So,
then,
like-
even when I was scrimming, I was doing school for 4 years. Like I've literally had
Yeah.
no break. Like
Nah,
I
there's not
wanna
many
be able to
people that
hang out with
deserve a break
friends.
like you.
Yeah, I want to be able to do things. Like if they hit me up, like I can be like, yeah, I can come hang out now. Before I used to always have to be like, no, I can't. I'll see you like next week. I maybe have a day off.
See you in the summer. But then even then you've got off season where you like you can't even chill then. You know,
Yeah.
everyone's like, oh, you can go for an off season holiday. Nah, you're on your phone 24/7 because you might be you might
Might
be
be
dropped.
getting
You might be
dropped.
picked up. Yeah, you don't know what's going. You can't sleep
Yeah.
in the off season, so nah, you definitely do deserve a break. How did you like on the scrimming aspect of things? Like, I know Formal spoke about like how he just hated scrimming, and you know, once you've been doing it for so long, especially on games that you didn't like as well, like what was your stance on it? Because obviously you're one of those people that likes perfection and getting better
Yeah.
as a team and stuff like that. Wondering like how you thought about it, especially like the final year too.
I actually, well, okay, I didn't like scrimming the past few years, but I feel like just the way the teams were, it wasn't how I was used to scrimming. I still, even on year 12 or whatever it was, playing with FaZe. Like obviously I was on FaZe, so I'm gonna be happy to be playing. But I enjoyed the process every day. Like those guys got on, we're on time, we're going over VOD, we're going hard, like we're chasing perfection. Like I was addicted. I'm addicted to that. Like I could start playing tomorrow with my NV team from 2016, and I would have fun scrimming. Like because I just know the process is addicting to me, and like trying to get better every day and seeing that improvement is like something I like live for. So it wasn't necessarily a scrimming aspect. It was more so like I think just the whole culture of COD and like the people in the game now are just different than how we were. And
How many
it
teams do
just
you
fo-
think still have that mindset? The phase mindset you described? Because obviously the last couple of years you've been on teams that haven't.
Like
I
two.
think the top teams, like I think FaZe is very professional. I think they're going hard, every day. I think probably Gentlemates, I would say, is pretty damn close. Like they might be a little bit more loose, like just based off the personalities on the team. But I know they're going hard. They're trying. I mean, you see Sib streaming. He's playing like 2v2 Chalice with Neptune all the time. I know they're always in eights when they are running. I haven't played with Dangosi, but I would assume knowing him, he's somewhat like me, where it seems like he probably criticizes a lot and he has a lot to say about how to play the game. And then OpTic, same thing. I think they're going hard. Like they might have a different way about doing things, but like they're going hard, bro. Like Kyler's on the game all the time playing 1v1 wagers. Like Shotzi's playing 1v1 wagers. Like these guys are not messing around. So I think the top teams for sure have close to that mindset that we used to have, if not the same. Some of the bottom teams, the bottom 6, I don't see it. Like there's players who are getting last who are not in 8s or not putting their name. I was in the chat. They're not putting their name on the list every night. Like, bro, your spot's on the line.
Yeah.
Act like it. You know?
One thing I'll say, like, especially about like teaming with you, out of like everyone I team with, this might be like, I don't know, some glaze, but it's just like fear. There's like a fierceness, like a fierce, like there wasn't like I feel like now it's because like you kind of realistic. Let's just be realistic. You don't have to win now to get bread. Like you don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just feel like from our era, like the shit was fierce because like you had to win. You had to win. You had to be like a fierce competitor. So like you had to have that Mamba mentality, the Jordan, like you had to be like a killer. So you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like you were a killer. You were a killer. Out of people, most of the people I team with, you were like, I feel like I am too, and that's probably why we looked at things differently and we fucking butted heads. But like that still is something I have like hella respect for you for, and I don't have a lot of respect for the new guys. One, I don't know, maybe they are. Maybe some of them are killers. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think the game breeds killers anymore because you don't have to be that way to make 100,000 a year and buy Porsches and buy whatever you want to buy, Louis Vuitton. You don't have to. You know what I'm saying? But off the rip, you had to. I made my first year, I made like 30K in 6 months in AW. That was all off of prize money. That was all off me trying to go be a hired killer. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
3 like every event.
Yeah, I'm a prize fighter at that point. Nowadays, most of the league, they don't have the mentality that they're prize fighters. Like if we lose, this is not the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the mindset. And I feel like that is a huge problem. And I was just saying that to give you your flowers. Like you were for sure one of the last of a dying breed. Like, I mean, someone said Merc. Merc, I guess. Yeah, like Merc, I mean, it is early, but yeah, he came through. He's just fucking going crazy. But like, I'm just saying a lot of the people in the league, even if like they're not they don't have the killer mentality. So
it's like when you're talking about that old Envy team from Black Ops 3, like they just don't build teams like that anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like there's even among the top teams today, there might be some echoes, but like that was kind of a different level of the commitment that you guys had for those couple of years, especially after winning champs. Then things went downhill, and to bring it back the way you guys did, like I don't think there's other teams that are doing that anymore. Certainly not without changes.
The thing is too is like, I mean, I definitely went overboard with it in a lot of different scenarios with teammates and stuff like that. Like I definitely did. It's hard to find like a good balance when you're in that mindset. And like me and Don teamed together. I had other people like Cap and, you know, a bunch of people like throughout the years, Aches even. Like we were in scrims, we were arguing. Like we were going at each other. Like we said things obviously we probably shouldn't have said, but at the end of the day too, we also understood. I think every one of my teammates understood after they played with me that I was just trying to make them better. Like I was not coming at them personally. I was not doing anything like that. I was just trying to make them better, to bring the best of like out of themselves, so they could like find success. Because if they find success, I'm finding success.
Right.
We want a team together. Like I want to see you rise up. I don't care if you're better than me. I hope you're better than me. That means we're winning tournaments. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I hope you're the MVP. That's how I always thought about it. Like I was trying to bring the best out of people, and I might not have went about it the best way. I might have been mean sometimes, but the ultimate goal at the end of the day is to get better and to win. And that's literally all I showed up every day trying to do.
Yeah, and I was just starting this little path just to like lead, because I feel like that mindset is like, it's partially because the CDL and like what is like the cause for this? Because it's like the coaches, like obviously, I would assume you couldn't probably get away. You probably couldn't yell at Gwen. You probably don't want to yell at Gwen like you could yell at me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We could tell each other to fucking end ourselves or whatever the fuck we want to say, and then get on the next day and be, yo, what's good, Austin? Like we could chill.
Yeah.
Like even I'll tell the chat one story. Fucking, I was 16 at Worlds. I teamed with Austin, Kyler, and Nikki D, and we lost the match. I was the only one that went positive. So I'm fucking new young kid. I'm like, y'all didn't get a kill. That's it. Like, that's why we lost. Y'all just didn't get a kill. You know, looking back at it, obviously that was fucking brain dead for me to say. But in the moment, that's what I was like, y'all just can't get a kill. That's why we lost. So Austin fucking freaks the fuck out. He's like, what the fuck do you mean we just lost because we can't get a kill? We're not calling out. We're not doing this. We're not doing that. That's why you're fucking awful. You'll never fucking win a goddamn thing. You are terrible. Da da da. And then he just stormed off. Next day, we were fucking godlike. I called him on the phone. I'm like, bro, my bad. I didn't realize what the fuck I was going, what I was saying, what was happening. Boom, boom, boom. We woke up the next day. We didn't win, but we made it all the way to grand finals from top 6. So we had to beat like every top team that day. After like, if he would have said that to probably 95% of the players in the league today, he probably would have just got dropped, or the player would have got, something would have happened. Like that wouldn't have. That wouldn't have like flew nowadays.
Yeah.
So that's just like an example of something that like is just a huge difference from like that era to like this era.
I mean, like, speaking on top of that, like, you know, it was the same. Like, we just wanted constructive criticism, you know, and the only way you feel like you could do that sometimes when you're aggravated is to have an argument, because no one likes being told when they've done something wrong, because we're all professionals and we think whatever we've done is the great play.
Right.
I remember one time it was an IW and we scrimmed Epsilon for a whole week straight, and everyone knows scrimming the same team day in day out is bad practice.
Terrible. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bad practice. And we were one of the best teams at the game at that point. And then we scrim them for a week and we start losing maps. So we start changing roles. We start staying in strats. And then we go and have one of our worst stints at one of the splits in IW. And me and Ben are in the room just chilling. And he's like, I'm never playing Epsilon again. Like, this shit was ass. And I was like, all right, go tell Mad Cat about it then. Like, don't cry to me about it. And he's like, what'd you say to me? I'm like, huh? What's it? Whoa, hey now. Hey now. And he was like, yeah, what'd you say to me? I was like, come on, bro, you don't want to do this right now. I said, go tell Mad Cat, stop crying to me about it. And it was funny because Ben had like a little attitude back then, because it was just one of his things. And he's like, get the fuck out my room. I was like, your room? I thought we're sharing. I got a bed, you got a bed. What do you mean? He's like, get the fuck out my room. I was like, bro, we can fight if you want. Like, I really don't care. And after that, I feel like you get a lot of once you like perform after you've had like little arguments like that. Like, I feel like it makes your bond with your teammates tighter too, because like, you've all been through some stuff. Me and Rated, wow, me and him hated each other. But when it was sitting down playing the game, that's all love of the game. Like, I don't think me and him had constructive criticism. It was just pure roast, like, and I feel like a lot of people forget how like good they are at the game. That like, if you guys just listen to each other, regardless because you're not meant to love your teammates. They're your teammates. You're not meant to adore them. I class them kind of like brothers. You don't like your brothers all the time. I got 3 of them. I don't like them all the time. So when you sit down and you like fully start grinding, and then you see results, whatever you've said in the past just kind of like brings to light that you can talk to each other like that. I feel like nowadays, oh my days, a lot of players are soft. So soft. And like you were saying, Don, like there's certain players you can see in the league that you feel like, damn, like if I spoke to him how I spoke to Bance back in the day, or I'm assuming, Austin, you've had some scuffles with, I don't know, John or something like that back in the day, where you would say something like it was just grown men going at it. But nowadays, a lot of soft divas these days that like I feel like you can't go full on, because you're at risk of losing your spot as well.
Yeah, and the whole day sometimes nowadays, I mean, I'm not nearly the same how I used to be. I don't say even not even in the same realm of the stuff I used to say like a decade ago to my teammates. But even if you say even if you just criticize sometimes, or just act a little angry, and I'm not saying that about the current team, I'm just saying in general in the CDL, sometimes your whole scrim day will get chalked.
Yep.
It's like, bro, we used to have arguments in between maps, and then we were going harder the next map, just to prove like it's like a friendly rivalry sometimes within the team. Like me and Don had that too. Like it'd be like I'm gonna be better than you then. Fuck you, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like that's always. But then like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we're playing on the same team, so sometimes that friendly rivalry is really healthy for the team. I mean, some of the best teams, Crim Six and Aches, they weren't probably best buds every day they showed up to practice. Like ain't no way. Like sometimes that friendly rivalry pushes you to be even better than if you like are just all best buds. Like oh okay guys, get them next time. Like you know like I don't know.
Did this shift
I mean,
gradually over time, or was there? Because I'm thinking, I'm just looking at your career, and I'm thinking Boston Breach definitely falls into the second half of those two camps. Was it a gradual shift away? Obviously, yourself included. I imagine as you got older and you maturely changed your approach to some degree. Did it feel the same in the league? Like Black Ops 4, were we kind of getting there? Was it still? I guess it wasn't. It wasn't as
No, I
old
think
school
Black
as
Ops 4
when.
was still
Yeah. Okay.
old school.
Yeah.
I think it's more like the CDL. I think you started having coaches and managers before. Like I was the coach and the manager basically. So like or the team was, you know, like whoever had the most say on the team like was the coach and the manager. And then the newer era of kids came in. There was just a whole shift in dynamic in the COD community. Like when the CDL like really got underway a few years in. And I think it just was a gradual shift from 2019 on.
I think the orgs had a lot to do with it too. Just like even when me and Lamar played on New York, me and Lamar talked like how me and Austin did. We would fucking tweak on each other. And the New York people are like, our Overwatch team doesn't argue and yell and make all the noise like you guys do. What's going on? And then we started having like a supervisor listening to our comms. But it's like, bro, me and Lamar calling each other like bitches and all type of crazy shit. But like, it's not that deep. It's my guy. I love Lamar. But like, we're just fucking tweaking, bro. Like,
Yeah.
we're just tweaking. That's just how we've been doing it. Like, you know? And they're like, nah, this is not okay. Like, we can't have this going on. Yeah, I'm like, bro, like, first of all, y'all don't know what the Overwatch people are saying. They're literally Korean. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about in the first place. So 100%.
What do they do? Make a bad play and give him a kiss on the forehead? Like I don't think that's how it works. Like
the thing is too is like we're definitely talking about it a lot, but we're also gassing it. It's like back in the day, not every day was like this. Like you had good days and scrims, like and no arguments happening. Like nothing's happening. It's more so like when you're in the depths and you need to fight out of it. Like you're not good now. Like my MV team, we won champs. We got top 24 at Anaheim and IW. We were screaming at each other every day, like after that. And then guess what? We got second, and arguably could have won champs. We maybe should have won champs. But like, you know, there's good days and bad days, and sometimes those bad days you got to fight out the pit with your boys sitting next to you, and sometimes that's gonna generate arguments because it's like I have a way of thinking, you have a way of thinking. Let's argue about it, and then pick one, see if it works, and go from there.
Yeah.
Literally that. I mean, me and Donnie didn't like each other on New York.
I was tweaking on Trey too.
Not at all.
I was tweaking.
What the supervisor think about that one?
Hey, supervisor would tap me on the back. You good? I'm like, I walk out of there and I'm like, whoo, man, what a day. And he's like, yeah, I heard that. Like, are you all good? I'm like, yeah, it's a grown-ass man telling another grown-ass man he made a shit play. There ain't nothing crazy about it. And he was, and you know, I'm walking over there. Overwatch players, I don't know what they're doing. Little spooning after they've made a bad play. I don't know what's going on, you know? And but like, you know, shout out to Don though, because, you know, it gave me the motivation even more to beat him. And I feel like that happens with a lot of teams too. It's like, man, I hate playing with that guy. You know, there's probably Austin, there's probably people that like you've probably tweaked on back in the day or even the CDO, and they're like, man, I need to beat Austin, man. I hate that guy.
That's how I went pro. That's how I went pro was versus Austin.
Yeah.
Bro, Austin was on me for like a year. Like, you're not doing this shit on LAN. You're not. There is no way you're gonna do the shit you're doing online on LAN. Next thing you know, the match to go pro, SlasheR Lidico across the stage, across the booth. Had to take care of that, bro. Had to. But yeah, that's just it is. It's all a part of competition, bro. So
yeah.
It lines to what we were talking about the other week, right? When Alluka he's on FaZe. Maybe you could have been on Thieves if you waited out a bit longer. How many LANs has he played? I actually think he could be really good, but it's just, you know what I mean? It's totally different world. Like now, if it was Alluka, he would never be getting the opportunity back in the day. It's like the corporatization of the league. He would have to do it. He would have to do it against SlasheR on LAN. Then he might get some respect.
That's literally how you got picked up. If you were like in Europe, like, you know, we kind of got blessed because there wasn't like as many teams, as many players. Like I feel like I kind of got blessed like coming up because, you know, the older players kind of like dwindling out, or like they were just relying on new talent. But even coming up like back then, like if one of the older pros like was like, yo, I think this guy's good, the first thing you would hear is, nah, he ain't. Nah, he's just an online player. Like I had 5 download. I had 5 download, 0.2 upload. I was 2 barring on AW on my own host. Yeah, and people like, right, I trained doing this on LAN, and then Mark picked me up on a sly one. You know, shout out Marky B. And he was like, everyone was roasting him. Oh, Mark, you guys are gonna get world starred on LAN. Train doing that on LAN. Like I'm seeing that. If you got picked up back in the day just purely based on your online performance, you look like a moron. And then if it paid off, it paid off. But even like Simp getting picked up when he was on United's academy team, he was still going to LANs and doing his thing. You know, he was still going to like the locals and all that type of stuff. Nowadays, one good 2K day and you're fucking in.
Yeah, it's just a different culture.
And I don't know whether that's because like there's a lack of good talent in the league. I do feel like the league's dwindled down on talent over the course of like the years. And that's not me saying the players are terrible. I just feel like we haven't had, you know, even Merc being like picked up on like he got picked up pretty like just because Beans couldn't go to an event. Would Merc be picked up to a pro team right now? I don't know, because that's just how the league is these days. But all it took was a Alluka streaming a 2K and him, you know, frying in front of Dashy, and then boom, FaZe contract like that. You would never see that back in the day, ever. It's good though. It's good. I like it. I like it. I do. But like we're saying, like the times have changed completely. You can literally make champs just online. Because guess who done it? My Ravens team in Vanguard. That's what we do.
Yeah, well, it was third at the first event, but apart from that, yeah.
Yeah, like you fry online, have one good event, you can just get shit on for the rest of the year and still make champ. You're blessed. Terrible system, Austin. Terrible system.
Yeah, we need to change it. Thanks, Upcast Live, for the 5 USD as well, and also the 11-month membership of the channel. I guess, Austin, because there are a couple of words getting thrown around by Exceed. Do you think, like, looking back at that Ravens team, obviously it's an interestingly constructed roster, clearly some talent there. Like, do you think, because Exceed's now saying, oh, well, I don't know if he was necessarily calling you out exactly, but it was kind of saying that there's a level of unlocking these players that some of the veterans don't really get or whatever. At the end of the day, they played 2 games, haven't they? So it is what it is. But they're looking a little bit better. Like, how do you look back at the teammates you had? Do you just think maybe you weren't the right guy to lead that trio, or if you were the general manager, you might have made some different decisions?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that. I just don't think we fit well together, to be honest. I don't know what Exceed really said here. I didn't see this clip. That's interesting. But
I can play it for the stream if you're interested.
I didn't see it either. I kind of let's see it.
Okay.
I didn't see it, but if he said something bad, like, listen, I got a mean right.
Yeah, we finna tag team this motherfucker.
Yeah. Let's play the clip.
We'll give him a bit of constructive criticism from 2016. See how he likes it.
All right, let me play this one out. Oh, hang on, it's going through my monitor audio. 1 second. There we go.
For a long time now, and I'm becoming one of those veteran players, and just trying to bring some fundamental play out of them while still like letting them kind of do what they do, because like I said, dude, those 3 kids are so talented, so you gotta just you gotta not take that part out of them. And I think that's one of the biggest things that a lot of like the older players do, is they take the young cracked fucking,
who's he talking about?
Excuse my language, but the crazy
like
plays that they do.
Is he
but I
talking
think you
shit
gotta
about
own it and let them
Slash
do their thing.
Thanos?
Yeah, you gotta let them fly. I let them have fun, and and I want you to expand on that a little bit, because
all right, there we go. That's what Exceed had to say. So yeah, pretty much as I put it, I think, when he's like, you gotta let the cracked players do their thing. But he's a veteran now. Exceed's a veteran, so he knows what he's doing.
That's an interesting statement out of him. The thing is like I think I was way easier on people nowadays than I was in the past. And I honestly kind of regret doing that. I think I should have stayed who I was the whole time. Maybe it would have not worked out. I don't know. But I gave these like new age kids way more leeway than I used to give like Don when I played with him and he was 16. Like I didn't let like yeah, I'd let Don make plays, but like you're sticking to the game plan, bro. Like you're doing this like however you want to get the game plan done. Like you might have your certain way of playing. Like same thing with Apathy. Like Apathy's a prime example of this. He was such a weird player, but he would like if I told him to watch the pinch, he might lay down in some weird spot behind a head glitch and watch the pinch. But at least he's getting the job done. You know what I mean? I would give these players way more leeway than I used to give my old teammates. The thing is about it is what Exceed is saying is, yeah, I know they won their 2 matches, but let's see, like, yeah, you can let these players do what they want to do, but can you break the top 6? Can you get in the mix on a Sunday, letting people do what they want to do? I want to see that happen first before we go with like this statements like, you know, anything crazy. Get to a Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they did win 2 of their matches. You know, but respectfully, it's Minnesota who are one of the worst teams in the league right now. I think they're like 1-6 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken, something like that.
But they can't win a game 5, that's for sure. They're 1-4.
And then Heretics, not 1-6. Sorry, yeah, no, I jumped the gun with that. I'm thinking about who they play. I'm thinking about the future. And then Heretics, who are, you know, they look very good with Real, and then they bring in Trakes, and they're not winning either. You know, it's not like they've beaten an OpTic, a FaZe, a Gentlemates. And you can be happy for them. You know, you can be happy for them. They're in their honeymoon period. They got 2 wins, but you know, it does sound like that he's made Austin sound like a dictator in a way, and we all know Austin's not like that.
I used to be. I'm not gonna lie. I used to be like that.
And imagine you were like that now. You'd have got kicked off the team for being a meanie.
Hell no. And also, I want to say to some people in the chat, yeah, I'm actually happy for them that's doing better. I knew they were gonna be better without me, whether you believe me or not. I told that to Brian Saint on the phone when I called him. I said we'll both be better off. Like this will be better for me and better for them. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna talk like that, make a Sunday. Then it's what you're saying is actually true. And then one other thing, SlasheR hasn't seen a Sunday. Even in my worst year, I made a Sunday last year.
Yeah, I mean, I was at Madrid Major 1, so was Trey.
You know what I mean? So like, even it doesn't matter who you put me with, what team, what game. It doesn't matter. I made a Sunday at least.
It's a good point that you make, because, like, what would you prefer? Top 12, but, like, actually crack a top 3 one event, or just consistent top 8s, right? Like, okay, maybe... And, okay, maybe for the prize money, I don't know, maybe it's better to just keep getting consistent top 6s, top 8s, but that's not what competitors are here to do, right? Like, you're trying to find a composition that actually gives you a chance.
They're on a good uptrend right now. They just need to actually keep that uptrend going, because, I mean, this is going to be tough to beat the OpTic.
I think they play OpTic next weekend.
Team.
I feel like he just shouldn't have like sneak dissed you. Or,
oh,
like,
their 3 next games are so hard.
Yeah,
We've got Toronto, OpTic, and Thieves. Those are the next 3 games.
I think that's a little weird too, but
especially because he took he took the spot that you had. Like, you have nothing to do with him. Like, you have nothing. Like, you shouldn't even be like on his mind after a win. You know what I'm saying?
He's on the team because of me.
Yeah.
He's literally on the team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He just should have, like, he just wasn't thinking. I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like he obviously has respect for you. He has respect for you. I think he was
just feeling himself out.
I think he's in the moment, bro.
He was in the moment and he was fucking yapping. That's what I think, personally.
Yeah. And they had a good weekend.
Yeah, they said, you know, they got their 2 wins. They gassed up. You know, a formal apology on Twitter would be great, though. CJ. You know, because you know, not saying anything, but Don did say about a tag team in Major 1. So you know, best be apologizing in person, actually, with a drink. And I know what are you drinking these days, Austin? A little whiskey?
Honestly, I
that's a
haven't
good
been
question,
drinking too
actually.
much, but if I had to pick one, it'd be a Moscow Mule.
I do have a little
there you
drink
go.
here.
See?
I was gonna pour one out for Austin. I picked this up today at the airport in
Oh,
Poland.
shit.
It's like a
Yeah,
little.
you gotta
How do
hit
you
that. You gotta
sipping?
hit that.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got to
I'm
take
gonna-
a drink for us.
Pour one out for
Come on.
Austin, bro.
Yeah, I will do. It's like it's a pistachio, like like Bailey's, like Irish cream whiskey.
Oh, okay.
It's
Oh, so you're a wuss now.
yeah, no, but this is actually clean.
The Rab I knew was sipping straight whiskey out the bottle. Now you're sipping
Yeah,
Bailey's
well, we
pistachio.
picked this one up today, so we got to
What
get
are you,
there.
a TikTok influencer? What's going on these days, Rab?
Yeah, we're moving different. This is unbelievably
Hey.
good value for money and duty free.
I don't know if
Hey.
you want to stay for the topics, Austin, but at least 2 people I want your opinions on. So I don't know.
There's also one
how
other
you looking
topic
on
we can
time.
probably hit before. I mean, go on, Austin, if you have something else to say.
I mean, I still got a little bit of time. I can stay.
Okay, well, good.
Okay.
One thing I did
Yeah.
want to go through with Austin here was the GAs. We got to do a little bit of SlasheR World
Oh.
League.
Okay, let's do it.
because this week we had an interesting week. On the Friday we had 2 games. God, this league, it just never ceases to amaze. But after those 2 games, we had a couple of nice shots getting hit with the NPC, which is the MSMC in this game. And yeah, the gun's good up close, sure, but as we saw the next day when shots are used on Scar, you try and use this thing against a Dravik or an M15 mid to long range, you're going to get fried, as it should be with a sub. But instead, after one day, a little bit confused on this, because OpTic and FaZe decided they were going to allow it for their series anyway. We're seeing Beans pull out the Razor 9mm. I don't know. I don't think this story is over yet, but the big drama about this was all the reaction to it, with people like Octane saying these pros, there's never been more crybaby pussies in this league than there are today. So, times have changed since the SWL, Austin.
Yeah, they most definitely have. I don't know how they're still getting GAs done. I'm out the league though. I thought I made everything. Like, I made all
Yeah.
the rules, bro. What happened to that? But yeah, I don't know. This one is a weird one to me. So okay, if I was still playing, right, and I was actually making the rules, to me, this gun, if it is OP, like they say it was, it would have been gone before the Christmas break. I can't wrap my mind around why we scrimmed with this gun for 3 or 4 weeks. We showed up to 2 matches, a 2-match day, and played with it, and then decided to GA it. It's like, how are we just now realizing that this gun is OP? Like, we've been playing with it for 4 weeks now. You know what I mean? Like, this gun was in. People started using it when I was still playing. So I know this about this gun. I just don't get where the logic is in that. It's like, if it truly is OP, okay, yeah, sure, get it out. But how is it taking us 4 weeks of scrims to get to a 2-match day to realize that it's OP? Like, what? Like, I think some of the logic and the back and forth between players in the Twitter DM now that actually gets the job done with GAs is just not the same. Like, we used to have full on, I mean, everyone is in there and committed. Like me, Lamar, like a bunch of people, Aches. We used to argue about things and really get to the bottom of reasonings and stuff like this. It just seems like nowadays it's just like you see someone do crazy things with a gun. It's just like GA vote start now.
People ain't
Like,
even
cool.
voting. They're like, we
Yeah, I
missed
know.
that one. Like, what?
Yeah.
I just find it outrageous they put fucking messages in a group chat. Like, it should at least be anonymous. Just first of all, it should at least be anonymous, because then you don't influence other results. Like, it's just so stupid. It should be a Google form and people have to submit their... The idea that the messages are just flying in and then people see that, like, 4 teams have voted this way. Well, fuck it. I guess we might as well vote it out. Like, it's just it's just so outrageous.
It's definitely not the best system. It just happened to be a system that worked for us back in the day. And I think, I do think in a way GA somewhat saved COD, because I think people forget about some of the rule sets we had. I mean, we were playing with Cloak every life in Advanced Warfare. Like, that would have been nuts. Like, people going invisible every life.
The
there's some-
OSA.
Yeah, there's some
IW.
times where people complain about a 2-gun meta. Well, there would have been a 1-gun meta if we didn't GA. So there's the pros and cons to it. I just think nowadays it's just not a lot of thought process, because how did you not know for 4 weeks that this gun was OP? Like, I don't know, Don, was the AMP teams playing with it? Like,
No, AMs were using it for real.
Oh, that's
Besides
surprising.
one team, and we never scrimmed that one team. And then once they pulled it out, they were like ahead. They were ahead of like
Okay.
most of the other. Yeah.
yeah.
But like a gun like that, you know, just strictly speaking on that GA in particular, like I'm watching Shotzi nearly get turned on with it. Like it ain't like it ain't like a drive shoot straight. Like, you know, if they did want to use it, I think it's a very good in between. You know, I feel like the guns these days shoot for themselves. That gun kind of actually takes a little bit of skill. We're from the days where you were using a PPSH trying to take people off cabin heady looking like a moron, but nowadays you can do that with a drive across the map. You know, if anyone hit that cabin heady kill with even with an AR or something done like that, that was an impressive kill. You know,
not happening on land.
But those kills happen every day now. You know, so it. You know, that GA didn't really make any sense to me. I'm watching, like, Pred nearly got turned on whilst he was using that gun too. Like, it does take a little bit of skill. I was watching Haggy run around with it. You know, it does what it's supposed to do. Fries up close, and I actually think that's a better sub than the Dravik. I actually think it makes more sense in terms of, like, role-wise, because you're not beaming someone across the map with that gun, but this Dravik does. So, you know, realistically...
They just love the cheese, easy-to-use guns nowadays. Like, there's no... Even if the M8, I mean, the M8's in this game. Maybe it's viable, maybe it's not, whatever. Is it OP? Okay, it's a debate, but like we don't even try it. Okay, technically, I think it's banned anyway because it's a marksman rifle, which is unfortunate. But even if it wasn't, it would be the same story. It's just the pros, they love gravitating towards these just easy to use guns. The easiest to use guns are the guns that get used nowadays. Like if we were playing BO2, I saw someone say the other day, if we were playing BO2, we'd be using the M27. Because it's just the ICR shoot straight. And I don't know about that, but there's something to that, I think.
To be fair though, we only really ban, or like when we had that GA chat, Austin, like, yeah, it got a bit heated sometimes because, you know, it was like a lot of heads in there in terms of like with some stature and some attitude, you know, like you said, it was Aches, you.
Oh yeah.
I think it was Lamar, me was in it too. But everything that got GA'd wasn't just for the love of the game because your team got shit on by it. It was to make the game better and more fun to watch and stuff like that. Yeah, the sniper GAs and stuff like that. But you got to understand that when the sniper has aim assist, that's when there's an issue. Everything that was GA'd from when GA started happening, even to now, to some extent, a lot of the things that GA'd make the game better and more fun to watch.
Yeah, like the Amelie or something like that. That's what I always remember, like in Advanced Warfare. It was just,
like what was it? World War II, we GA'd the F-27 or whatever it was.
F-42.
Oh, the FG. The FG.
Yeah, the FG-42. Yeah, like you guys wouldn't have wanted to see that for a whole year. Like you just wouldn't have. But us getting rid of that made you guys get a 3-gun meta in the PPSH, STG, and the bar.
Yeah, and even the long barrel ban on the bar, like that actually made it better because it made the STG more balanced.
Like people
SWL,
baby. What did he call it? Pussy pros or something like that.
Yeah.
Like
lots of pussies in the league.
Like he is right in that instance. Like Austin said, you guys were scrimming with that gun for 4 weeks. If it was that OP, that would have been banned in day one.
Yeah.
But any GAs that's done, like, especially like over the years, like, yeah, we understand that some people might not enjoy it, but like the SlasheR World League was there to make everything better. You know, I will say Austin was probably like one of the very few that when something got banned and it was his idea, it wasn't to benefit his team. It was to benefit the actual integrity.
Bro, I banned long barrel bar after nobody could kill us on the map with it. Like if long barrel bar was in, I probably would have another chance ring. Me and Gunless were walking 1.3. Like same thing with even Lamar banned the FG after the back-to-back event wins. Like it's like there might be some biases. Obviously, like nobody's gonna be able to truly be unbiased. But there was a lot of decisions that made that my team were the best with those things. I just knew that it was cheese. Like the long barrel bar was cheese. Like it just was.
No, that's people need to like drill that into their heads that a lot of the things that are done, even in today, I just feel like there's a lot less authority over it today. Like you said, some teams don't even. If there was a GA that people didn't vote on, we wouldn't ban it until we got that last vote, and we used to hound people for that vote. Like, what do you think? What do you think? Nowadays, teams don't. I'll just go with the majority. I don't care. I don't even play the game. I just play league matches. That's kind of the mindset these days. But yeah, no, we will miss. Hey, Austin, maybe that's your new role. Maybe that's your new role.
The GA commissioner.
Yeah,
Like,
oh my
it needs to
God.
be a high
full-on
paid
GA
role.
commissioner. You
Oh
know,
man.
you can do it. You can do it in silence. You know, everyone's anonymous,
Yeah.
and you know teams pay you monthly for that. You know, you do a review. The SlasheR World League doesn't
Okay.
leave anything.
Listen, man, they got my contact info. If they're trying to pay
Okay.
me to do some GA commissioner
You
work,
can-
like
You can do it on stream too. It'll be like a
Oh,
polling
it'd be
vote.
unbelievable. Get Ben J in the call. He can make the
Oh, man.
PowerPoints.
I don't know about that. I don't know about
wait,
that.
those streams would actually go crazy, bro. And the votes are in.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
That's a good-ass idea.
That's a great
Yeah.
shout. That's a great shout.
Hey, listen, I'm full. I'll direct it. I'll direct it. I won't take any cuts either. That's what you. I'll just be there, love of the game, just so we get SlasheR World League GAs back. That's what I need.
Oh,
You could
man.
you could like proper suit up and that, you know, proper get into
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, like back in it when you and Lamar were like this, and then
Yeah.
the GA commissioners, whatever it was. Yeah.
Oh man.
Actually,
Have a little timer.
Quick question here. So Viper, I think, said, so we've had quite a few games where an AR has lost, like the FG. We had that for the first stint. In Cold War, we had the M4 for a stint, and then it got banned. Like, you think the M15 is, or do you just think they'll use it all year?
I think that barring a update to the game that changes the weapons, I think this will probably be the meta for the majority of the year. Dravik M15.
It's definitely how it looks right now. Connor Keating also with the €5 says, question for Austin, when on a top 2/3 team, when deep in a tourney, would you ever hope the other top team got knocked out, or did you not care who you played?
I mean, I'd say for the most part we didn't care, but like if there was like a top 2 team with us and like a top 8 team, I think you were definitely happier if you played the top 8 team. Like you're like, oh, this is about to be free. But like at the end of the day, if you're really good, you truly don't care. Like whoever ends up stepping up next to you, like you're confident like that you're gonna beat them. But like who wouldn't rather play the worst team? Like you're going into that like, oh, this shit's about to be free. Like
Yeah.
But that's also can be a trap sometimes. And sometimes you get caught slipping. Next thing you know, you're down 1-0.
I will say there is no better feeling than watching a top team go out when you're supposed to play them next. Like you've got the bracket of doom, and that top team has a rough day, loses to the worst team, and then you come out, smoke that team, you 3-0, and you're like, "Wow, that was a freebie. Oh, it's supposed to be a terrible run, but wow, we're back."
Yeah.
Man, happened a lot with OpTic. You know, you only want to play OpTic on a Friday, but if they lost on a Saturday, you were like, "Ooh, I might be making a finals today."
All right, so that's been sorted. Don, you said you want Austin's take on a couple of things.
Just on what do you think about Alluka? Not him getting picked up, just like a quick like thoughts of if you've even watched him play. You might not be watching challengers, I don't know, but you haven't seen him play.
I've watched a little bit. I haven't watched a ton. It seems like he's pretty talented, from what I've watched. It actually does seem like he talks a decent amount in the game. I wish I've watched sometimes, and I've honestly seen Felony have the same struggle with this. I wish he had more to say in between maps. I think that's a lost art with a lot of these young kids too, is they don't have a lot to say in between maps. And I remember watching them scrim one day, and their scrims are not going well. And fellow was like talking about something, and then nobody responded to him. And he's like, all right then, start the next map, I guess. I don't know. Do you guys want to get off? Like I've had that same thing too, where you'll like say something and it's just crickets. You're like, oh, how do you have nothing to say? Like, so I hope that he works on that aspect, because I think that that's a true skill for not only making yourself better because you're talking about things more, you're thinking about it. It's going to help you make less mistakes, but you're also helping your teammates get better. But it seems like he's talented. I think the gas is overdone, personally. I think it's crazy getting that amount of gas for one day of a cup. And it seems like he hasn't replicated that exact performance. But he definitely seems like he could be good. It's
Yeah.
just, and I do respect. I will say the one thing I do respect about him is I heard this on a stream where he said he doesn't want to just get picked up to the league right now because he feels like he has a lot to learn still and to develop. I respect that because to me that makes it seem like his head's in the right space. Like he doesn't want to just go to the league and just be a player in the
Average.
league. Like
Yeah.
he wants to go to the league and be great. So I do
Yeah.
respect that. I have high hopes for him. But we'll have to see, how things play out the rest of the year.
Banzan Zero with a 10
Yeah,
USD. We just got a big super chat. This is Lidigoat's first GA Commissioner Fund payment. So there you go. We got one coming through already. So hope Daniel Say's taking notes because we're redefining the game over here. Thanks so much.
And the second, I mean, we can kind of tie it into the Thieves, like us talking about the Thieves, but just like. I was just with Kenny. I know obviously you team with Kenny for a long time, and you can kind of see like what's going on with his career the past year. And I know you guys tried to pick him up last year at one point, and obviously things fell through. But like, what do you think is going on? Obviously, like even me, like I want him to stay in the league and keep trying to be at that top level, but. What do you think is just going on? Like, are you playing against him and he's not getting a kill? Like, he's just a free kill on the map? Are you playing against him and he is good in practice? Like, what do you think could be going wrong? You think it's something outside the game, or you think their team is just all over the place? Like, what do you think about that?
That's a tough one. So I don't know. Knowing Ken, like, I think he's somewhat like me in the regard that he's a system player, and a lot of fans get that mixed up where they think like, oh, that means you only have one way of playing the game. It's like, yeah, we do have a way of playing the game, but we just want a way of, like, a system, a team game plan that we're sticking to. It might not be the one we think is the best, but at least have a plan. And it seems like this LA Thieves team is kind of all over the place. Like, they don't have like a good structure in the way they play the game, and I think that's really hindering Ken. Like, it's obvious. And then I think since that is happening, it's probably also affecting him mentally to an extent. Like, I mean, I know Kenny's pretty strong mentally, but there's only so much, like, once you're like, you're struggling, like, you're struggling. So you're like going into practice like, fuck, I need to get better, like, I need to do this, I need to do that. But I don't know, man. I think I like to think that once you're good at the game, like, there's just no way you just become trash. Like, there's a lot of other factors that go into it. I think Kenny can still shoot his gun. There's no way he just can't hit a shot.
Right.
So there's something going on. I think this LA Thieves team in general, even if they drop Ken, like, they get someone else, they still need to get on the same page on how to play the game. Like, I joined Capstream earlier, and he was highlighting this play in what's the mode called? Not Uplink. Overload. I call it Uplink even when I was playing for some reason. But Overload, where the ball was spawning Dojo side of Den, and Kenny was the only guy on the team on the Dojo side of the map.
Yeah.
They had two guys go mid and then one guy flanking roofs. Toronto killed Kenny twice and just scored the ball.
And just ran the ball.
Nobody was on the right side of the map. I'm like, okay, like, obviously Ken could get a kill here, but like, boys, like, they're scoring for free no matter what. Like, it just seems like they're in a weird situation now, and I don't know how the practice is going. There's no way it's going good. I would like to think.
Well, we saw one scrim they played when it was their first scrim back in the new year. I think they played Alluka's team, Omid Brooklyn. They got battered in the hard points. That's all I saw anyway. So it can't have been great. But
like, even Ken last year, like, he was trash on the OpTic team. Then he went to G2, and he played better. He wasn't just getting smoked. So it's like, there's something going on in the team, and Ken is definitely a big part of that. Like, he's not playing well, but there's more to the story than just Ken can't get a kill.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, people look at that LA Thieves team and they're all blaming Ken, but I don't think Hydra's been playing the greatest ever. He's a superstar. He's not playing the greatest. Abizi, I truly believe there's bigger issues in that team than just Kenny not getting a kill. It's not like Kenny's dropping a 0.4 in a restaurant, like 1.2s, like fighting for their lives because they're trying to make up for Kenny's KD. Which doesn't take away the fact from the fact that Kenny isn't playing great. and we'll probably get more into that when we talk about the matches. But it definitely feels like the community as a whole right now, Kenny can do no right even if he did. They're making Kenny out like he's won a giveaway to be on this team. So even if Kenny did fry or drop, everyone's on the lookout now for a bad play from Kenny rather than just like the team not knowing how to play the game. And I think that's the general consensus what we had like prior to this.
I don't know how much that's been affecting Kenny like mentally as well, but he could come up with a cancer cure tomorrow and people would still be taken to the Reddit saying how it's a bad thing. And every time I even come close to defending Kenny, people are immediately like, oh my God, Ram's at it again. Kenny's so washed. It's like, okay, well, we all watched this guy or played with him or played against him when he was a phenomenal player. And yeah, he did have some up and down years in there. But I'm not forgetting 2018 Kenny or even 2022 Kenny, what he was doing when he pulled out the sub. And then he won the World Championship again last year and all the OpTic fans was saying he was the saviour and for good reason. So, and yeah, times change. And Kenny's slump has gone on significantly longer than Draza's, for example. Draza's not been playing great for the last few months, but he had a big bounce back series against OpTic, and that's kind of changed perceptions. Kenny needs one of those, but I can't help thinking that even as like mentally strong as Ken might be, there's a lot of all the talk must be, I don't know, it must be a factor, right? And I think it's probably affecting his, certainly on these like big spotlight teams when it's all under the spotlight.
There's a weird generational hate train on him right now. Like, it's actually, I haven't seen it.
I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like
players.
this as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I have not seen it for many players throughout my career, but his right now is insane. And I would imagine, like Ken, like I said, he has a strong mental. So I would imagine he's probably staying off, like, and just focusing on trying to get better in practice.
Yeah.
But it just, even this match, like, I didn't watch the full match, but I started watching it at the beginning because I was actually curious. Because I'm kind of rooting for Ken too, like Don said. I even texted him that when he hit me up after I retired. I was like, I'm rooting for you, bro. Like, because I liked Kenny. I liked playing with him. And he started off the match. I think he started like 7-3 or 6-3, and next thing you know, he's like 6-12. And I'm like, what the fuck? I literally looked away from my screen for 10 seconds. Like, what just happened? It's like, I don't know. I just think there's so much going wrong with this LA Thieves team. And maybe they should have taken a bigger break in the off, like you know what I mean? Like, just to get away from the game for like a full week and come back. Because sometimes that can be good too. I don't know what they did over Christmas. I don't know. But it just doesn't seem to be working right now.
Yeah.
I just think they lost. I just think they lost two very important people in Envoy and Ghosty.
Yeah. I mean, the roles just look like it's like that shit was straight rolls, bro. Like, respectfully, I mean, I said this, I said in some group something, but I was just like, Paco, Hydra. Before I say this, because Hydra was smoking me in Modern Warfare 2. Like, in the career, I could not fuck with Hydra. He's better than me, whatever the case. But the guy is a supreme dirty kill whore. Okay, like the guy is like bro, he was averaging 20 seconds in the league. Like, I'm pretty sure he's been the lowest kill time in the league. And then you had Envoy and Ghosty, who are like 1 and 2 in the league in hill time. And let's keep it a buck. Scrappy is a dirty Omega kill whore as well. And Abizi is just flying. So it's like, who would like? And then Ken refuses to kill her. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, keep it a buck. I'm like, Ken, just you haven't gotten a kill in so many matches. Like, obviously, like, go positive. Like, nigga, go kill her for a match or something. See if maybe getting the kills will help. He just was like, no. He just refused. He can't do it.
He can't do that.
He can't even kill her. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? If I was you, go play for a kill. He's like, nah, I can't. So I'm like, this shit don't make no sense to me because, like, not to say that the whole team is just blatantly kill whoring. I'm not like, I'm saying that, like, obviously you need players on a team to play for kills, right? Like, Ashy plays for kills, fucking Merc plays for, like, I'm not saying never play for kills, but, like, to me, Simp is a player that plays for kills, but also plays for the team at the same time. Like, Hydra is more of like a Nato. Like, obviously he's better than Nato, he's better than me. Whatever, world champion, movement, elite. I'm just saying all that so motherfuckers don't be like, Temp, you're fucking dog shit. why are you talking about Hydra? I'm just keeping it a buck. His play style is Hydra and Scrap. They're supreme, mega, omega, super supreme kill hordes. And Abeezy objective player of the year. Like, we said this in the offseason. So it's like, even if they pick up Nium respectfully is Iron Man legend. Nium plays like me on fucking Elevate. He just holds an iron on an AR and he hits shots, which that's good. But that doesn't scream, oh, y'all objective problem is gonna be fixed. So 100% something. Oh, go ahead.
Finish.
I was just gonna say, just in a nutshell, the team overall needs to be much more selfless, bro. Like, much more selfless. You could see it. You could just see it on the map that they're not a selfless team.
Just to piggyback off that is, like, if they did pick up the Nium kid right now, like, they'd probably get better just because he is gonna get kills.
Because he is gonna get kills. Bro.
There's so many problems that they still have to fix with Nium on the team if they're gonna have a hope in winning.
Yeah.
And it's like, they could fix those problems with Ken on the team. I just don't know where their heads are at now. Like, in practice, I don't know what the practice room's looking like. If I was in the practice room, I could tell you guys. I feel like I'm really good at fixing stuff. If I can be there, then I could see what the problems are. But I'm not in that room with them. I'm not there. I'm not Cinder or Shane, so I don't know what's going wrong.
Yeah.
Is there also talk about Hydra? I mean, there is outside of the game in terms of what's happened over the last couple of years. I know that Benjay talked a bit about Ghosty and how he was a bit of an abrasive character on OpTic, and then of course he was dropped from Thieves. But there's this kind of trend. I mean, I remember when Hydra, the New York Subliner season happened on Vanguard, and there was rumors that he was going to go to OpTic, and it was 95% certified. Ronnie was talking about it and all this. Then it never happened, but the general consensus at that time was, this Hydra kid's such a diva, we didn't want him on OpTic anyway. The rivalry, the drama they had with Crim, right? They were butting heads and all this. And then the following year, Hydra just goes on an absolute generational run, best player in the game, and undisputable. But there's still an argument here, because we can talk about Kenny all we want, but I think most of us are probably in agreement that the Hydra Scrap combo needs a player like Ghosty. Yeah, Ghosty has been dropped. So is that on Ghosty, or is that on, what did Parasite say? Hydra's butting heads with him or something? And it's like, okay, if we've dropped Ghosty a couple of months ago, and now here we are 2 months later, we've brought in Kenny to replace him, we're dropping him as well. Doesn't really scream to me that people are making the correct decisions there. And again, as you said earlier, Austin, we have coaches, but star players still kind of make the calls. Oh, what you guys think about that? Open question.
Even to piggyback off of that, with the Ghosty thing, bro, think about when Hydra, Model 2 Hydra was the best player in the game. I literally could not kill them on New York. The series were at a 0.4 was versus New York. Those guys had my number. Bro, he had Kismet. When Paco's best year ever is with Kismet. Kismet is literally dolphin diving to the hill and only playing for the win. Abeezy, I'm not saying Abeezy doesn't play for the win. He does, but that's not the same. That's just a whole different dynamic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got 99 OBJ. That was 99 kids. Kids is in glitch spots in the motherfucking kitchen on hotel, and Hydra's just flanking and Killhorn. You know what I'm saying? He's just these guys dropped their OBJ players and then picked up people who aren't OBJ players just to stack talent on the team. But stacking talent on the team doesn't work unless everyone is selfless and open to making adjustments to how they play. For example, I know this is fucking ancient history at this point, but I was an AR player. Austin was an AR player. I learned how to run a sub. Just to have the opportunity to stack more talent. I'm this guy's on the third best team. I want to play with Hook. Let me eventually learn how to run a sub. You know what I'm saying? I had to play fat. I had to grind and improve. Scratch someone on the team. They're going to have to get in the hill. They're going to have to plant the bomb. Who plant? I don't know. They're going to have to do all of that. Even with Nium. They're going to have to spread the objective in the game-winning plays throughout the whole roster, because they literally had 2 sacrificial lambs last year. Like, go look at it. Ghosty and Envoy literally did every OBJ. Like, I don't even think I think there was a stat where I was looking, we're voting. I don't think Paco like capped the control point. Like, or it was like 1 tick per game. And they were the best control team in the game. So that means Envoy and like all the other people were just on the point, and Hydra's wherever the fuck he is. Maybe he spawned killing them, but it worked. It worked. I'm not saying that their play styles don't work. I'm saying with a team where you want 25, 25, 25, 25% and everything to spread evenly, their play styles are they're fucking killed. They don't have a team play style. Like, it is clear as fucking day. Like, and that's coming from me. Everyone says I'm the biggest kill whore of all time. You know what I'm saying? I can see it, can't I? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think there's some truth to what you're saying for sure. I personally have always been a big proponent of buying into the team and, like you said, doing your 25% and not having this OBJ Kiz 99 just diving at the hill every life.
Yeah.
Like, that was that was Lamar's bag.
That was Lamar's bag.
He's like, I'm gonna play the OBJ. I'm gonna let you guys do your thing. I was more so like, let's be a team. Like, if I gotta get the hill, I'll get the hill for you. If you gotta get the hill, you get the hill for me. Like, I'm gonna let you shine. You're gonna let me shine. Like, we're gonna do that together. Like, that was my approach to it. And it seems like OpTic has a good flow to that. I mean, they obviously have, like, you know, they won, like, whatever they're doing, like, they clearly are on the same page. It does not seem like this Thieves team is on that page.
Yeah.
At all right now.
Yeah, and the reaction yesterday was pretty brutal. I mean, it is on the thumbnail of the episode, but like when, here it is. I got it again. I don't know what was going through Scrap's head here, but it kind of been pretty. But again, I think you guys are right. You know, you drop Kenny for Nium, it doesn't scream like it solves the problems. Again, it might make you slightly better, but it could be a band-aid. So I think they've got to figure out where they go from there.
Their problem isn't one person not getting a kill. That's the thing.
It's like, okay, Kenny used to be a superstar level player. Maybe you'll debate that, but I mean, he obviously was. Maybe he's not anymore. If you bring in another superstar, okay, let's say you can sign one player onto Thieves. You just get to pick one. Who is, I mean, you'd probably just choose Mercules, wouldn't you? Because it's just too obvious. But you can't choose Merc. You can't choose Merc.
Let's choose Cell, because that's who they wanted.
Yeah, Cell. Good shout.
Let's choose Cell because that's who they wanted.
Yeah. Scrap, Cell, Hydra, and a Beezy. That team spawns in tomorrow. If they play the same way, they're better. They're not. It doesn't, like, they're not winning events with that team if they approach a game in the same way as they currently are.
Yeah.
I feel like they would beat everyone, but then when they get matched up with OpTic or FaZe, they might not win.
Yeah.
And Gentlemates.
And Gentlemates, actually. I think Gentlemates might be arguably the best team.
I think they are the best team in the game right now.
With Dan Ghosty maybe being the best player. I don't know. I just don't see that team. Like, they would have to outslay. Unless they changed the dynamic of their team and, like Don said, like, bought in. That 4 would have to outslay OpTic or the Gentlemates by like 20 kills. Like, that's what it would feel like to me in order to beat them.
I mean, even watching that Overload yesterday, they just look lost.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, like, you know, sometimes you get bodied in Overload, sometimes you don't. But, like, even when I'm looking at the mini-map, I'm seeing them, like, go ways where, like, they just shouldn't go. And they'll watch it back and they'll know they shouldn't go that way. It just feels like, you know when you feel like your team's chalked, or like there's all this like chit chat about like someone might be getting dropped, or like, you know, especially because like, you know, Nium's on the sub bench waiting to come in or whatever like that. I feel like once that starts happening, that's when the team is like chalked. Once that rumor starts floating about, like, it's hard to get out of that mindset. So, you know, and that's what's kind of happened with Draza, and Draza's had a good series. So that's good to see. But, like, FaZe picking up Alluka could go two ways of, like, yo, the team's, like, chalked, or, like, they come back and Alluka just sat on the bench because Draza turns back into the player we all know he once was. But it could also go the other way, which is, like, LA Thieves, where, like, they get 3-0'd by a team. Which, like, Koi are a good team. Let's not take it away from them. But their reactions after, like, Scrap's reaction after just looked like he was just done with it.
Yeah, he looks defeated, bro.
He looks done with it.
him look like that at all. But that like plays into the point though. Is like even if they drop Ken or they don't, there needs to be a mentality and an approach change. Period. Like no matter what they do, and maybe the change is like what will help. Like everyone knows honeymoon. Like sometimes that happens, but the other three still need to change a little bit, no matter what happens, no matter what they do. Like period. Otherwise, it's just not gonna work.
Because if it doesn't work, guess who gets dropped again? The guy they just picked up, the scapegoat. You know what I'm saying? It's a blender of a team at that point. At that stage, if they don't figure it out, they're just gonna have to wait till the off season to like change some shit up. So like they need.
They won't be there next year anyway. Like they're out of contract scrapping Hydra. So I don't even want to imagine what Falcons are going to offer them in the off season. So like
that's everyone's dream org right now. Cells winning a major every month.
yeah, 60 racks a month, not bad.
What do you reckon Austin would have got if world champ Austin would have joined the Falcons back when you won your championship?
Damn, that'd have been crazy. Yeah, at one point I had the highest buyout I think in COD. At one point, I don't know if it still stands, but it was up there for a while. It was I'm pretty sure it was over a few 100,000.
Sheesh.
Like 250 or something, and this is like a while ago.
Add inflation
6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
Wait, when you were on Rise?
I'm pretty sure it was a lot.
When you were on Rise to go to 100T?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they told me. It was the highest buyout of COD, and they gave me like a ballpark, and I was like, really?
Damn.
Damn. I mean, speaking
could be
of
wrong.
Thieves,
I don't know. Like I said, I didn't see the papers, but I know I'm pretty sure I was. Obviously, the Shotzi and the CDL and stuff like that shit probably got beat by a lot. But back then, it was a lot.
I don't know. These days, Austin, we got Seattle Surge back in the day turning down $500,000 for Pred.
Yeah, otherwise the record would have been broken.
These
that would have been the highest. That would have been the highest. It had to.
These numbers nowadays are just crazy.
They're inflated.
Yeah, well, they said
inflated.
no for that, so it's happened before.
Yeah.
So LA Thieves, they've got 3 games left. Next weekend, I mean, it's another CDL Classic. They have 1 match only. And it's against the Green Wall. They play OpTic Texas on the 18th of January. So that's going to be a big game. The week after that, and it's actually a crucial, because they're currently sitting at 2-2. I think Thieves are 7th in the standings right now for the stage, which is pretty ugly given they've got to play OpTic, and then they'll need, well, ideally you'll need 2 wins against Boston and Ravens both. 1 would possibly be enough for winners bracket, but what's the point going to winners if you've got to play a good team round 1, which is how it currently looks. So, yeah, lots for Thieves to think about. I want to see Nadeshot turn the stream on and give some thoughts, but I don't imagine that's going to be happening. Okay.
I mean, I'm looking at the standings right now. It's definitely crazy.
Also, can we get the standings fixed on the Breaking Point site, please? Because every time I go on it, it's tripping me out. Because, like, OpTic haven't played 14 matches. Do you know what I mean? I think the order is roughly right, though.
That's where I got the 6 and 6 from.
If I go Major 1, it works. Okay, here we go. But yeah. So Thieves are 2-2 with a 6 and 7. Ravens are 2-2 with a 7 and 9. Boston are 2-2 with a 9 and 9. Whoa. What do we think about the Falcons? Do we think how good do we think they are? Because to their credit, as much as I roast this team, I'm not changing my opinion exactly, but I think they are better than I thought they would be. Not radically, but I think they are better. And having said that, they've got 3-0 by OpTic, 3-1 by Thieves, and they've beaten Ravens, Boston, and G2. And the Boston series snaked, and G2 can't win a map 5. So, maybe I'm not changing my tune quite yet.
Listen, I think Falcons are just better than every bottom team and worse than every top team.
It does feel like that.
I think they're just middle of the pack. Like, we definitely had them lower than we should have. So, we'll show so.
We had them 8th. It's not radically wrong.
I was putting some respect on them.
I don't. But listen, they got a lot of talent on the team, and I actually do feel like their roles kind of work in a way too. But yeah, I just think their team is like they're not gonna beat Akoi, Vegas, Gentlemates, 100 Thieves. I think like, you know, fifth or sixth or seventh, fifth is like they're where they're at right now. You know, they will beat all the teams like, you know, Surge, Minnesota, like even Heretics. I don't think Heretics is a good team right now. I think that one change kind of hurt them. But yeah, nah. You know, shout out to Cell. You know, he ain't just there for his 750, 850, whatever it is. He's there to win and try and win a game. So I like their team dynamic too because at Exned, I fuck with Exned heavy. You know, any map win, any game win, he's got the biggest smile on his face, and then he just streams for like 8 hours to his fans back home. Like, to me, that's love of the game player. You know, that's like an old style player. He's got the love, the passion. He's playing 8s on 250 ping. Man, you know, he'll play pro 8s if they're open, but like Austin said, you have to beg to play those. So he's playing, you know, Middle Eastern 8s for the love of the game, 250 ping, not giving a flying fuck. That's a player that I can get behind for sure.
I was watching him play Resident Evil 4 last night. I didn't know what the fuck he was saying, but he was going hard though. And it was just a story mode game. I was watching him play Resident Evil 4. I'm like, yeah, I fuck with X there, bro.
I think, yeah, but that's what I was saying too. Like, he was running Nuketown for like 12 hours, bro. Like,
yeah, that guy's grinding.
Hey, this guy just loves it all. So shout out to him.
I think they definitely got to be like in that 5th, 6th spot right now. I don't see who you could really put above them outside of the obvious like OpTic, Gentlemates, Toronto, FaZe.
Yeah, if
they got to be in that 5th, 6th range.
No, I think you're right. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Toronto. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Toronto. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's put Ravens up there.
Maybe.
Maybe we'll see. No, you're right. I think Falcons are sitting in that ballpark. I mean, but I'd love to still be a believer in the Boston boys, but I mean, oh god, the loss against Surge was so painful. And then Purge came out and said that they couldn't practice because Snoopy had to get his visa sorted or whatever. And it's like, okay, you know what? Fair enough. Probably not wrong. Unfortunate, but everyone loves tweeting stuff after a series. Do you know what I mean? And it is what it is.
It's a good generational crash out on Benjay though.
It was good. It was good.
Did you guys saw what he said, right?
Let me try and find it.
Nah.
Yeah, I saw it. I think
he went in his chat and called him restarted.
Oh, okay.
Well, you can say that word now, Trey. It's allowed again.
Yeah, I know, but like I didn't want to say it outright, and then you'd be like, "Nah, we're getting demonetized." But he
to
called
be
him
fair,
retarded.
He actually didn't say he put a 3 in it. But here we go.
Yeah, he put it like he was about to get cancelled.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what Purjay had to say for Benjay. So is what it is. Nice try, Boston.
There is another Saudi player on the rise too, that QK4B. He is good. He is
QK.
Good.
Clay said he's getting interest.
He should be. He's class.
Go on, Austin.
I don't really know much about this kid. I was gonna talk about the Purge comments. I was just reading it again on the stream. But
go on.
I think like the thing is against Surge, they have to, if they're gonna be like a top 6 team, they probably have to win that series no matter like what is going on, like realistically. But I will say a lot of these teams that have players from outside of the U.S. during this break, I feel like it always hurts them because they do always go home for weeks, which means they're not scrimming at all, and it seems to affect them. And I was even telling, because I was in TeamSpeak with like a bunch of people, and they were, you know, prize picks on the games and stuff like that, and they were asking me like questions, and I'm like, bro, these series are trap series this weekend. Like, you don't know what to expect. Like, we haven't seen the teams play in over a month. They probably took weeks off scrims. Like, you really don't know what to expect. Like, I feel like it's anyone's game right now. Like, and what do you know? There's a decent amount of upsets. Some teams looking pretty poor. Like, I don't know. Could be some truth.
It's just
to
the
what he's saying.
Pioneer.
Yeah,
man.
no, I think it's definitely fair.
And it's the Pioneer Game 5.
They went
You
up
gotta
against
close
the
it out.
Pioneer, man.
You
Like,
gotta
let's
close
just
it
keep
out
it
game
up, bro. Like Terry Hadley, the S&D legend. He's good for one, and he's good for one versus OpTic. You know what I'm saying? We knew he was finna lose versus OpTic, but he's still good for one. He got him one map. Okay, they went up against the Pioneer. It is what it is, man. Austin will be okay. Surge is on the up, man.
Yeah, they bring in Tej. He goes 9-3 map 5. What could be more predictable than this? He's done it again. It's good to see. I mean, they finally confirmed it as well. I don't know what these clowns are doing for the last 3 weeks. After it was,
and I think he was the only one to go positive in the hard point too. This guy's a demon.
Wow.
I think he went positive.
Map 4.
In map 1.
Map 1 he was slightly negative as Lunas. But
it was against. Was it?
Against OpTic?
Yeah,
Against OpTic, he was hooping.
Yeah,
he was hooping a little bit.
Yeah. So look at this one.
You can't. From the
exactly. I was surprised he wasn't really.
You know.
Yeah, let me bring up the Terry numbers. Map 1. Yeah, 1.04. Wow. The only man to fight back against Mercules.
I mean,
that's a class.
Don't think anyone's fighting back against that guy. That guy was like 37-20 at one point. Like,
yeah, it was even better than that. No, interesting weekend for OpTic. I mean, we'll talk about the Green Wall because they were on the verge of breaking there was a bit of debate on this. EasyMax says that it doesn't count because the World Cup isn't an official CDL tournament. So, okay, whatever. OpTic were about to break FaZe's CDL win streak if you count the World Cup. And then Draza and Alluka, both under pressure from Alluka on the sub bench, just had absolutely generational series. It was an interesting one, this, because OpTic looked a little bit vulnerable, I think, in December in some of their series. They played G2, like they needed Mercules to bail them out. They had a couple of series. I just think OpTic, they just go through the motions online a lot of the time. And I think sometimes that's fine. Sometimes it bites them. There's always series over the last few years they would lose online. They probably shouldn't. I think Mercules, we talked about it earlier, this kind of killer mentality. Dashi had a clip on stream last night where when OpTic lost the overload to Surge, Merc was fuming. He was like, that was unacceptable, that route we just took. We've got to sort this out right now or I'm not going to be happy about it. And then Karma kind of echoed that mentality. And I think that's sometimes what OpTic have, especially these online matches is what it is. But I understand that sometimes they have a series like this where they just don't do anything. And I don't think these type of series often happen on LAN, but it was kind of one of those where Merc didn't just bail them out and then FaZe played really well. Shotzi as well. I mean, the big talking point of this series really was the SMGs. I know that Shotzi bounced back against Surge, but both Shotzi and Hook statistically, especially in hardpoint on this game, haven't been that good. Again, it's sometimes difficult to judge some of these teams until what we see on LAN, but I don't think it was expected. It obviously wasn't expected that FaZe were going to come out and 3-0 smoke them. So, yeah, interesting series for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on with that because I feel like they're like overall like consistently dominant. But I will say, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Shotzi's just an in-game player now. I don't know. I mean, maybe he's get a little comfy. Even MW19. I mean, MW19, he was fucking awful off the rip. Last year he was awful off the rip, but obviously, you know, whose fault? Kenny, Shotzi, who you want to blame it? We had the fucking segment last year. Shotzi's best days behind him.
Yeah, I love how often you reference that. I actually picture that.
Because I just can't believe that segment was insane, but it's a good segment. You know,
do we run it back again this year? Do we run it back?
That's the time, man. I'm just
we run it back.
Keep throwing up the bullshit. We may have to, but my answer will stay the same. This guy's obviously one of the greatest ever. Yeah, I mean, I think they also know, like, especially when you start winning champs. Like, I know for a fact Austin put a lot of pressure on champs. I would assume after fucking winning champs 3 times that they put a lot of pressure on champs too. So it could just, maybe he's not trying not to try as hard, but he probably has a different gear he just hits where it's champs time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's champs time. It's time to lock the fuck in. Because I've seen it from other players. Austin's one of them. Karma's one of them. You know, they just lock in when it's closer to the big, like, you know, the big tournament. So
yeah,
we'll see. I'm not really worried about this team at all. I feel like they're still the best team. If anything, it's more gas to FaZe. Like, Draw stepped up. Simp's like Simp's early MVP candidate. He's been doing his fucking thing. Thank God. Because COD is more lit when he's a fucking threat. Because if he wasn't a threat, this team wouldn't have been a threat. So Simp is here. You know, that's really good. But yeah, I don't really knock OpTic for losing this at all. Give him some time. Yeah.
I think the only takeaway from OpTic is against like a top team, Shotzi's gonna like their hard points. Shotzi's gonna have to perform in the hard points. This team can win hard points versus like the middle pack bottom teams, but Shotzi right now, as we speak, is statistically one of the worst players in the league, hard point KD wise.
He was the worst until they played Surge.
He sits 48th, and the only two people under him are Skies and Legend. And you see Pat go on talk about like he's not a superstar, no superstar. I ever played with done this or whatever like that. But that's taking no credit away from FaZe. They played unbelievable. But I think OpTic's struggle is going to come in hard point against the top teams, just because Shotzi just needs to simply just play better in the hard points, which we know he can. Once he finds that flow again, OpTic are going to be on top and frying just like they always are.
I personally think this series was good for both teams. And obviously, OpTic fans, they don't want to lose, but they were riding such a high for so long. Everyone was like, can anyone beat these guys in anything? They were winning everything. And to come and get kind of smoked, I feel like is a good reality check for them. Especially not getting smoked right before the event. They have a few weeks to get back on track. So I feel like that's honestly really good for them because now they're going to come back. They're going to have this week of practice. They're going to go hard. Hopefully they have a really good you said they played Thieves, so that's like a top team on paper. They're probably going to come into that match, on a different gear than they were in this match after the holidays. And it's going to help them prepare more for the major, which is what matters more, in my opinion. And then I also think it's really good for FaZe. Obviously, they won because there was a lot of doubts on the team, and I think this is huge for their confidence and gets them back in that mix as being like a top 3, like for sure threat to win the major.
I mean, yeah, they've realized like this series goes either way. In terms of like, because they picked up Alluka for a reason, right, Austin? He's there, ready to go. He's just waiting for a visa. And, everyone can clearly tell who it's for. And that person stepped the fuck up like we knew we could. Whereas if you're an OpTic fan, you're like, right, we're actually beatable. FaZe aren't the best team in the game. I personally, I think Genetmates are the best team in the game right now. So they're like, right, we can lose to like the third best team, whatever like that, quite comfortably too. That was a really good 3-0. And it's gonna show like resilience and like comfortability for OpTic because they're not just comfortably just running through people. They were exposed there by a very good FaZe team. And like Donnie said, at the start of this year, everyone was like, oh, how many times have you heard it? Simp can't play without a BZ. He needs a BZ. This guy's looking like the best sub player in the game. Don't say nothing about my GOAT. That guy is absolutely disgusting. Like Don said, the league is way better when Simp is running his shit. It's way more entertaining. And respectfully, he does have to do this shit on this FaZe team. He hasn't got Cell. He hasn't got a BZ. He's teaming up with two people, 04 and Abuser, who had very, very good years last year. But, they're not, they're deemed as silver surfers. So
they
Simp's
finally got a win
starting
against OpTic, though. They finally beat the boogeyman.
And they're showing that like they deserve to be picked up too. It's just Simp's just that guy, and if you're a player in the league, you would always anytime want to team with Simp. I know you team with him, Austin. It's probably a great time.
It was MW2, which kind of sucked, but no, obviously I like Simp a lot. He's really good. He's a good mind for the game, good work ethic. Really no problems at all playing with that kid. Like, and that was probably one of his down years, I'd say, but he was still really good. That was
probably his worst game.
Yeah, I mean, that game was just atrocious, so I can't even blame him for being bad at that shit. But he, obviously wasn't bad, but Yeah,
Yeah.
he's really good, and I think he needs to be like Don's. I think someone kind of said earlier, he probably needs to be that guy if this team's gonna get over the hump. Like he needs to be the MVP candidate that he has been in the past. They have a good team, but they just need. I think they need a MVP and Simp to get them over that hump and push them from third, fourth to winning the event.
Yeah, and we'll see if Draz is actually back or whether this was just the CEO showed up for one series. Like, what do we think it means for Alluka? Because, okay, I think for FaZe, no-brainer. You sign Alluka, you're stopping anyone else getting him. And we still don't really know how good this kid is, but the talk kind of quickly switched from, as soon as Draza has this banger series, Abuza plays really well, all of a sudden it looks like, oh, maybe Alluka's never going to get his shot. Maybe he's going to ride the bench all year, just like Sib did when he was the sub for FaZe, and he sat there doing nothing all season, waiting for an opportunity. Okay, if Thieves really wants, they can go to FaZe and say, okay, we're going to pay you a fat, more, bigger buyout for Alluka than you just paid Omer. Apparently, FaZe paid like 20k for his buyout from Omer, which is a pretty substantial sum of money, I think. I think they had to do it because there was so much interest in him.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Alluka maybe had some decision. He probably could have said, all right, I'm going to hold off. And in the same way that Mercury's held off, and then OpTic picked up the phone. Thieves did pick up the phone for Alluka, according to Octane. But by the time that happened, it was a bit too late. I don't think Alluka, you can't blame him for making the decision he's made. But just in hindsight, it's interesting how it's worked out. The narrative has shifted so quickly. But as you say, the major could again be a very different story. These are online qualifiers at the end of the day. We can't forget that, even though it is what we're playing only now.
I just kind of wonder with him. I don't know the deal he actually signed. I just wonder why. Like, what was his reasoning for doing that? Like, your stock is at an all-time high, and you're signing to be a sub on a team. Like, if I'm in his position, there's no way I'm signing that contract personally. Like, I'm betting on myself and waiting for that spot to be open to walk into it and play. So I don't know what his deal was and like what his thought process is, because now he could technically, like you said, just ride the bench the whole year. And it's like you could have maybe got on. Maybe a team is not willing to pay the buyout to FaZe. I would assume that FaZe is kind of like, knowing the people over there, they'd probably help him go somewhere if he had a spot on Thieves or something like that.
Yeah.
But you just don't want to chance that as a player. I want to bet on myself.
I don't know. Listen, they picked up him as a top prospect, all right? You would not even want to send him to a top team to potentially knock you out of a tournament. That makes no sense business mind.
It doesn't make sense business mind, but I just know the people that work for
they're
the
good
FaZe
people for sure.
team. They're really good people, and I would assume that out of anyone in the league, like they would probably like help him get to a spot and work it out. Even
I just
if they are
think
saying it's a
on the
competition.
level of, if it's going to like a, rent him out to we'll rent him out to Surge. Rent him out to Surge. We'll give him a few runs in the league. Simping that ain't going to care about that. But send him to a top team.
Well, Surge would have signed him, Surge just would have signed him and put him in the starting team. Like, there were teams willing to do that. Yeah, they would have tried
paying like half price or something, though, because they've got half price on...
See, I don't know if I would have taken that deal either, though, if I was him.
No,
I would have waited till after Major 1 and, like, waited for a team, like a top team that has a chance to be looking for somebody. Because I'm at the top... Like, if I'm in Alluka's shoes, I'm at the top of the list right now. Like, it's me. So I'm knowing, like, I'm going to keep myself free, no buyout, nothing. I mean, I guess he was under omit, but I probably would try to keep myself with no buyout because I'm like, I'm getting a spot after Major 1, like, period. Like, I just got to keep playing good. And I do say I am, my bad. I just want to say this because you were talking about him going to Surge. I do want to see eventually, I want to see a player go to a team like that and actually turn them around. Like,
succeed,
like,
baby.
Them, like, a top, like,
succeed.
Not like turn them around in the sense they're winning matches. I want to see them go to like Sundays. Make them a contender or like something. I feel like you never see that nowadays. You never see like a bottom team become like a top 4 or top 5 team that's like kind of fighting. They just move to like 8th.
It's also the advice that all the players get now, right? Because all the players are told, and probably understandably, don't go to Paris, Legion, or your career's over. And we have seen it for good reason. Like, respectfully. You know what I mean? Like, you've been there.
Nah,
Like, it's how it's gone, right? Like,
that's how it goes.
so it's understandable that advice is touted
Actually,
to
wait,
be
the
like,
chat-
yo, don't, you know what I mean?
I mean, same happened with Nium. You know, I got a text on my phone when he was joining a CDL team, and it wasn't LA Thieves. He was supposed to be on Ravens, if I'm not mistaken. At some point, that's what I got told.
Sorry, the
And-
chat has corrected me. It did kind of happen with Seattle last year. Whoever said Merc,
But they weren't 9 through 12. They were like 6. They were getting 6 with hoop.
They were.
They were getting like
Okay,
6 with hoop. So it was, they
They
had
weren't
a
as
little.
bad.
Yeah,
They weren't-
it's definitely
they
a good
weren't
example,
leading.
though. But, like,
They weren't
Merc-
legion.
Bro, Merc joined. Yeah, they were getting stomped, but like, bro, let's be honest.
Bro, Merc
they
joined
had, like,
teams
some
that
of the
were
best
they
players,
were a
like,
world championship team the year before.
That's not the same.
We're talking
I'm talking about,
like a team like Surge right now, who's like can't buy a win, or G2. You know, they drop a player, pick up Alluka, and then they just go from like, you know, bottom like top 12, top 8 to like second at a major.
Yeah. I
Someone
mean, just
that
like
actually
turning
turns it
around. Yeah, turning around a situation where like on the podcast and everything, people are like, "This shit is chalked. Don't go there." Like, I want to
Done
see
for the
someone
whole
get
year.
into a situation like that and actually turn it around. Yeah, they might not win, but like make them like, damn, this team's good. Like, I respect. You know what I mean? Like, I respect what they're doing.
A good Cinderella story type-esque for a player to like, you know, who's like high. He's like
Yeah,
not
I
deemed
feel
the
like-
highest, because Alluka, for example, is deemed like, you know, a top prospect who like, you know, the top teams would want to pick up, not go to a different team. That's why I was saying about Nium. He was supposed to be on Ravens until LAT came in and like swooped him up. But it's like when I got that text, I was, you know, in my brain, I'm thinking, I think I even said it on the show. Like those types of offers, like if you're a top player in challenges and you're getting interest, like you should just hold. You know, you should just try and hold off the best you can, because the last thing you want to do is join a team that's getting fucking world starred and then your career's over before it's even started.
Yeah.
Your first time in the league should be trying to reach for the top, not just to say you were in the league. We've seen it plenty of times from people, you know, that just want to sign a contract to get into the league, and you just see them get world starred for the next, you know, 6 months, and then everyone's like, well, you're shit. Obviously, it can't happen every time. There's not a spot open on every top team, but like, you know, there's always middle of the pack teams that are looking for a player too. You know, I'm not trying to stop people getting into league. I want everyone to like strive and prosper, but I don't want your career lasting 6 months.
Couple of super chats here. One-Eyed John says, it's a great name. For Thieves, I wonder if Scrub and Hydra need a Dashy moment where Dashy is a very kill-hungry player at first, but selfish when Scump retired. I think, yeah, whether Scrub needs to change. Thanks for the 10 USD. There's also from Tantrum here with a 5 USD. Disagree with Trey. FaZe is losing money paying for an unproven talent on the bench. If Thieves came with a barred offer, you take that as business. I think it's an interesting angle. I think the idea of, like, the losing money paying for the unproven talent on the bench is... that implies that the team is no different to how they used to be. But you could argue that if the team is playing way better with Alluka putting some pressure on, then actually they're getting that money back and potentially more anyway. So I don't think
And they
they've
don't,
made the back call.
and they obviously don't care about if there's a player on the bench getting paid, because they've done it.
How much are they really paying him too, bro? Like, he's
I
really
would
probably not
assume
getting,
like 70K or something like that.
I don't even think
yeah.
it's that, bro. That was what Mercury's
But
was
like,
getting paid last year to win champs.
Yeah, but like realistically, you got to pay a 20K buyout, which is quite high for a challenger player. Let's not
Yeah,
forget that.
it's
That's
very
even
high.
high.
It's very high. It's
That's
insanely
even high
high.
for a CDL player these days. If you're not a top dog, unproven 20K. You know, he's just sat on the bench. He's definitely not making 6 figures or more. He's definitely in the 5-figure range. He could even be on the minimum. And with a promise of, if a player keeps fucking dropping the bullshit, you're on the team instantly. I don't think that's a waste, because like you said, if this is what makes Draz play better, or Abuza play better, one of the ARs play better, that's a win-win in my book. You've got a top player on the bench that you can sell in the off-season and make money on it.
Yeah.
I mean, FaZe did it with Sib, right? I mentioned the Sib example earlier. Like, if it happens again, then it might not be the end of the world. Sib came in for his rookie year, one of the events, straight off the bat. So it is what it is. Now, speaking of Neptune, because we did talk about him, on screen, we do have a little screenshot from this Gentlemates series. This was such an interesting one when they played Cloud9, especially. look, Trey, you think these guys, despite FaZe, OpTic, whatever, could be the best team in the game? They made it a little bit hard work for themselves against C9, but I actually think that was just Cloud9 playing some pretty damn good stuff, and Afro, Beans, Mac having some big takeover moments, really. I mean, I think that's pretty much what that series was Cloud9's players having some mega takeovers. Beans in the search, Mac in the hard point, Afro in the control. Got them in a good position, but then when it mattered, Genomics came through. And yeah, the level that Ghosty's playing at especially is pretty wild. It's really interesting to see a player who's been very solidly in that kind of objective role for a good couple of years, now being enabled to effectively be a slayer, but he's doing everything. He's also got the most hill time in the league, and he's got the highest KD in the league. So he is doing it all right now. There's obviously going to be a debate who is the best player in the game. Ghosty's top 3, I think, for sure.
The best player in the game is Ghosty right now.
Yeah.
I think
Him, Merc, and Simp. Ghosty, Merc, and Simp 100% are the 3.
Like I think that's top 3. I don't. And you can, if you really wanted to, you could jumble them around. I wouldn't be upset. I just think Ghosty's playing. I think Ghosty's playing at a level right now where if he was just getting kills, it'd be like, damn, this guy's frying. But he is still popping 120 seconds in hill whilst doing this too. I don't want to say like, I feel like Ghosty's underrated just because of like how, like when he's been dropped and stuff like that. And for him to come out and just like still do what he does and how well he's doing it after like getting dropped by OpTic and then some stuff coming out about OpTic, how they didn't really like playing with him and stuff like that after that MW2 stint when they got rid of him. And he's still just doing his thing, not giving a flying fuck what anyone what anyone thinks. Like that's very tippable. And he's not only done it on OpTic where he helped them out, then he went to Thieves and done the same thing on Thieves, and now he's doing it on this Gentlemates team, which is, I actually think this is probably like one of the most put together rosters in the league right now. They've got everything. They've taken Ghosty and Envoy from LA Thieves, who I think actually made that team amazing, just based on what they did around the map. Neptune, I don't know why the interest wasn't higher for Neptune in the off season. Like I heard he didn't even have that many crazy offers, but he's one of the best subs in the game right now too. And then Sib, who's just been talented throughout his whole career. The only thing you could say about Sib is his attitude, and that's what we had our issues with. Like at the start of the year, like this team could butt heads attitude-wise, but like I feel like when you're playing on a team like this, or just even when you be in a league like this, like it's good to have an ego and an attitude. But I feel like as you get older, you kind of mold yourself into that player that has that ego and attitude, but not towards others, just for yourself to make you play better. So I really got there's no really downside to this Gentlemates team other than, do they have a little patch where it goes bad and what happens there? Like, do they ever have a patch where it's like LA Thieves or something like that? But until then, there's nothing you can say about this team that makes me say they're not the best team in the game.
And they're grinding.
I feel like this team will be in Major 1 finals. I just have that feeling.
Yeah. They have a chance. They have probably the best chance. Them OpTic FaZe right now.
I hope they can keep it up as the year goes on, right? Like, I think, who was it who was saying this? I think it was Sib who was saying on stream, he just really wants to play OpTic in Paris at Major 4, because that would be, like, that would feed families, that series.
That would be lit.
We got an OpTic Paris, like, finals or something in Paris. Oh, wow. Like that, yeah. So hopefully they can keep it up as the year goes on. I'm not sure Ghosty is going to be able to keep up a 1.46 and a half with the most hill time in the league,
bro.
But as long as he didn't have a great start to the Cloud9 series, and then he just had like a 1.6 for the rest of it.
Everyone's playing for that Falcons bag right now. I'm telling you, Ghosty's worth like 1.5 mil right now.
Oh man, Genomate's Gataga's got to up the salaries next year if he wants to keep hold of these guys. But yeah, it's good to see them performing. I think Sib's been saying all the right things as well. I like the kind of shift in his maturity and his attitude over time. It's like you were saying earlier in the show that him and Neptune are playing Chals a lot of the time. You're not seeing that out of too many other players. It's building a little bit of teamwork there. I know Ben J says Ghosty's got to watch out. You don't want it to happen again with OpTic and with Thieves, but I think it's different times now, and especially with this team, it's not like an outcast team is kind of unfair, but it's a leftover team is also unfair. But to an extent, that is true. Like Ghosty and Envoy got dropped. Neptune, his team was a shambles. He needed a team. Probably didn't get as many offers as he should have done by other teams. And then Sib was obviously in a similar position after Cloud9. So they're gonna have that like outlaw. I think it's safe to say it's like
teamwork. I think it's safe to say it's like a team of scraps in terms of like they're all amazing players that had like that would get offers somewhere, but I don't think anyone like put this team together in hopes like, you know, it wasn't planned out. These 4 players just came together, and whoever decided that this 4 should team is like, you know, had the script written out. It's especially Neptune. Neptune's a player that I would be like, I'm like, damn, that's a team that LA Thieves should be looking. A player that LA Thieves should be looking at to team up with Hydra. You know, I'm not saying Abizi's not like that, but after the year that Neptune had, he should have been like a top 1 prospect for every team that was making a change that year. So I think it is safe to say that this team is a team of like, it's crazy to call it's crazy to call them scraps or like leftovers from the top teams. That's pretty much what it is. But it's insane how they've like came together and made it work. But you look at the roles, like we said at the start of the year, like this is a really well put together team. And if they carry on like they are, grinding 2v2s and stuff like that, you can't tell me these guys were all best friends or like friends beforehand. I ain't never seen Sib and Neptune touch the game together. But now they're playing 2v2s and making it work because they realize how good they are.
Any thoughts on these teams, guys? Or because there's a couple of other teams we can get to as well here just before we close out.
No, let's get to it.
Yeah, so I mean, just quick thoughts on G2. They had a strong preseason. They came like 3rd in that kickoff tourney for 75k. They've now turned up to the league. They're 1-4, and they've gone a 3-2 win against Cloud9, a 3-1 loss to OpTic, and then they've gone Game 5 to Boston, Game 5 to Falcons, Game 5 to Ravens, lost all of them. Just feels like with this franchise, it doesn't matter what team they put together, it's just the same bullshit every year. I feel like I've been watching this same Rocket team for years, just with different names. And look, Cremblossus is dropping 54 on Colossus. Was not making a difference. So yeah,
no help.
No help. It's just a weird team. Like Skies hasn't been great. Estriel is, I don't know. I had such high hopes for him after LAG, but it feels like he's lost a little bit of that like spark. I don't know, that made him so exciting in that Modern Warfare 3 season. And then Mamba, he's fine in respawns, but like his search and destroy, his decision making just ain't there, and it's important.
Bro, his 1v1s is like holy.
Like
shit.
all these teams need to be good at search. You know
player.
what I mean? It's like, and SlasheR can talk a bit about that. To be fair.
Yeah, well, also should definitely talk about. Weren't you supposed to be on this team? Wasn't there between? The rumor was it was either you or Caesar.
Yeah, I was gonna be on this team at one point, but obviously I was under contract, so it would have had to be like a buyout and like certain things.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were a free agent. Okay.
No, it was pretty close to happening though. But
they would have won some Game 5s.
Just like, yeah. I don't even know if the Pioneer would win this franchise at Game 5 at this point. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know though. I don't know what's going on. Like, their search, I didn't watch all their matches, but I forget they played a Colossus search. Was it Falcons or something? I don't know who they're playing. Might have been versus Falcons. And some of the rounds they lost were like insane. Like they had like 7 or 8 first bloods, I think, and they lost the game like not even close. Like they were just getting caught out in weird positions. Like I don't know what was going on in the search.
Yeah, this is the one. They had 8 first bloods and got lost. They lost 6-3. It's impressive.
Okay, yeah. Like, bro, you getting bloods? Like just play some trades. Like it's not hard at that. You did the hard part, getting the blood. I don't know. But losing that many Game 5s, I mean, that's just tough, man. You can't lose 4 Game 5s out of 5 series. Like, you're just destined for failure at that point. I don't know. No ice.
I just feel like, I mean, Bro, the first whatever tournament we seen before the matches start, Caesar played well in. The one they played, they made it far, and Caesar played well. I'm like, Caesar looks better at this game. I mean, it's very tough. I just feel like I was very critical of him last year, and then even I was like, okay, he's back. He's played good the first tournament, and then I just feel like he's just not bringing he's not bringing hills, kills. Like I thought he was a factor with the sniper. Yeah, he's not making an impact, and I don't know. He's just simply not making an impact. Mamba, I think Mamba has potential. He's new. I just think Caesar Scott, like he's just not. And I thought this team, I was rooting because I was so hard on them last year. I was like, okay, kickoff they did well. Hopefully they do something, and it's just not gonna happen with this AR duo. It's just not. Mind you, as an AR, Austin and Trey, I mean, bro, when you have a fucking nasty sub duo, like Esriel is a little flat sometimes, very inconsistent. I mean, especially yesterday, or was it the day before? Their last match, he was throwing up the Supreme Horse. But for the most part, I mean, they are a pretty solid sub duo. Yeah, they're solid enough to where, okay, as an AR, you think you could perform pretty decently with that duo. So it's like something just needs to happen with the roster, to be honest. And it's unfortunate.
Kremp is proper in like no help territory for the last couple of years now. Like he actually might need saving a little bit. I wonder, people were saying, what if you put that old Thieves team, so the Ghosty, Nasty, Joe Deceives, and Kremp, you put them back on this game.
It would be good.
They would be hella good. I don't know how good they'd be compared to the others, but they would definitely be good. I mean, they came second that year EWC, to be fair, so they were good at that game. But feels like ever since that and Kremp, they all went their separate ways. It's worked for some, it's not worked for others. But I don't know. Kremp, I think he's still got a bright future ahead of him for sure. Maybe this is the team that makes it happen if they make a couple of moves. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, we've always said it as AR players, Austin, minimum you should hold yourself standard to for every series is like as an AR player, you don't want to be under a 1, and if you are, it's got to be like a 0.95 minimum. Like you shouldn't be running around flying everywhere trying to fucking be a sub player. You should be, perched up, get a kill move along the map as a conveyor belt system. And I feel like a lot of these AR players that get themselves in blenders these days are just trying to do too much. They're trying to, Caesar. No way Caesar should be dropping some deaths like Kremp does. And their biggest issue is the AR duo. They've got a pretty solid sub duo. The AR duo is kind of letting them down. Like you said, Don. I think Mamba might be the worst 1v1 player of all time.
It's like he resets no matter what. Like he's like scared. He looks scared in the 1v1s. I'm not gonna lie.
I watched him play a 1v1 the other week. I watched him play a 1v1 the other week, and my word, it might have been potentially the worst 1v1. I think it maybe closed the stream down.
Was it on Scar? There was one on Scar, right?
Yeah,
it was on Scar. Okay.
And I think he went over to B bomb and just let this guy plant A.
Yeah. The way he played that to me was just like, I just feel like you're so scared. Like you can't be scared in 1v1s. Like at all.
If I'm sat next to him and I'm watching him do that play, I'm just in the mic like, yo, move.
lose the 1v1 playing confident. Don't lose the 1v1 like resetting and running across the map into some corner, and then you let the guy plant, and then like, now you're trying to find this guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially when like there's 20 or however much time was left. Like there was so much time left in the round where the other guy he was facing, I can't remember who it was, he had to plant pretty soon. And he's obviously not gonna fucking plant the B bomb. It's Scar. You can only plant one bomb. Like
even the 1v1 he had against, it wasn't like this guy had some scary demeanor. Like it wasn't like it wasn't Mercules. It wasn't one of those ones. Like you're brand new to the league. Show some presence, and that's how he plays. That's how he plays every 1v1.
Yeah, I've seen him play. Like
I will
that at
say
least
though, I'm actually very shocked because I know this team played well in that like kickoff tournament. But I'm even shocked that they did that because, bro, we played them in that tournament, and their first match we 3-0'd them in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I remember this, and then they made the losers run. It was so confusing. People had them like A tier in the fucking power rankings. I was like, it's a bit premature.
I don't know what happened
Not
in
us,
that
though.
tournament.
Yeah, not us. Not us.
They must have had like
They're
some
just saying
crazy
they
days.
had the Alluka day.
I guess I don't know, bro. I'm telling you, we 3-0'd them down in 20 minutes. Like, we played them round 1, and it was a 20. And my team wasn't even that good. Like
Yeah.
we were like okay at that time. We 3-0'd them in 20 minutes. I was like, bro, these guys are like. I was thinking like, holy shit, they're gonna make a team change before the season starts. I don't know what happened that series. Maybe just an off one. Maybe they actually were good. I don't know. But yeah, I think this team just. Well, they have no ice. At least the series are close, I guess. But like, it seems
Yeah.
like their overload and their S&D is just horrible. Which is like the modes they probably should be good at. You would think.
Yeah.
Like they should be winning searches. I don't know. Weird team.
Yeah, this
Very
is
weird
that
team.
series. So yeah, we'll see where they go from here.
Yeah, like
No, this is a series you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, Nero
Yeah,
dropped
yeah.
67 in this one. Like, just you were just kicked feet up in this one. As wow, yeah, strange one. I mean, what's confusing to me is I've looked up Mamba's Search and Destroy. He has a 1.26 in Search so far this season. Like,
Yeah, no, he's a good
it's-
S&D
it's-
player.
Really?
But then you watch him in a 1v1.
yeah, it's 1v1s. I need an easy back 1v1 win
That's
percentage.
my only takeaway from him. I mean, listen, to round off G2, they literally are the same G2 that they were with Pool. They've not got any. They just go
The
map
same
5.
G2 they've been every year. That's all right.
It's
the
the
same
sa-
shit.
From I was like, yo, Kenny's gonna change his team. No, same results. Getting game 5 all the other time. Pretty much change the whole roster by 1. Nope, still can't win a fucking game 5. Like, damn. Anyone they pick up's got no ice.
they got a curse on them or something, bro.
It's
Must
literally
be.
that Cold War. I mean, I'm looking through their events here. Apart from the early home series, they won the Cold War Major 5 in the Major Maniac.
Oh, that's what it is.
The
They
miracle
sold
of
their
Major
souls.
Maniac. They did. That's what it is.
They sold their souls, bro. Now they can't win a game 5 to save their lives.
Yeah, they sold the souls for the 5-0. And then since then, they came third at Major 2 in Modern Warfare 2, and then second Major 5. Apart from that,
Bro,
it's,
this whole
They
whole
lost
split.
game
could have
5
been
to us
so
in that major 2, I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
Where they got hurt. I'm pretty sure we were like beat them in the game 5 to go to the finals and win the event.
This whole,
Yeah,
this
of
whole
course.
split could have been so much different. So different for them too.
Yeah.
If they didn't get reverse swept by Boston too.
Yeah, it was a painful one for sure.
Bro, I be seeing so many reverse sweeps these days. Like the mentals must be gone. There ain't no tough cookies no more.
All right, one final thing I want to go through before we close out the show is Zinni was talking about this whole Nium situation, right? Because we talked a little bit, but Kenny will kind of finish off on this topic because it is the talking point of the weekend. So Nium is not signed to Thieves. He's still an OpTic Huntsman player, but Method has negotiated some sort of deal. I mean, I don't know if it's like giving Zinni the full credit for this, but I'll give him his credit because he, GM Zinni's putting in work here with Mercules and now this one. The relationship they've come up with seems to be some sort of, first refusal deal where in the next like 3 weeks roughly until shortly after Major 1, Thieves can make the call and they can put him in. And if they want to put him in, there's going to be a loan arrangement in play, but presumably Thieves are kind of paying for the privilege to have this opportunity to sign him first before anyone else does. Nium has chosen to do, because he could have gone to Ravens, he's chosen to do that instead, which I think is understandable. But the question will be, should Thieves, because if Thieves don't execute on that deal, then Nium becomes available again to anyone. It's not like he's Thieves' sub, like what they've done with Alluka. Thieves have given themselves three and a half weeks to make a decision here. So they don't have to rush into anything, but after the major, they can do this. It's just, what I find interesting about this, we've not really seen this before, these kind of loan agreements, at least in the CDL, it's not been much of a talking point. Even Azuma said that Abe on Surge, he's being loaned by Toronto. He's not a Surge player. He's still a Toronto player. They've loaned him out. So it's not really been a thing in the CDL, Austin, has it?
Not really, no. I think this is very new. But I do have to say, I think this is like really good for Nium, the situation he's in. He's a sub, yeah, but it's not the same as Alluka if this is true, where he's just free after Major 1, like a few days after Major 1. If Thieves end up winning the event or something, like Nium can then, he's not on their bench. So I don't know who did this. I'm assuming we'll give the props to Zin. I think this is great to do for the players. And I think the whole thing that the Huntsmen have been doing has been like honestly really nice to see. Like I saw like a picture of them going out to dinners and stuff together. Like they have them all in Texas. Like, and from what it looks like, from when I watched, like it seems like they've gotten way better, way like super fast. So I got to give props to Zin. Obviously, probably Hector and whoever else is involved in that. It feels like the way they're handling that whole situation is just like, really, really good to see. Because I think sometimes in challengers, a lot of players, especially nowadays, they don't really know how to negotiate on their behalf, and I feel like they kind of shaft themselves by some of these org owners. But it seems like Zin and obviously Hex and them are taking really good care of the team. Yeah, there's the picture right there. So yeah, props to Zin. Like what he's doing.
W Huntsman, man. W Huntsman. W Zen.
Even Seth's
been
at the
killing
team
it.
dinners. Even Seth's at the
He
team
loves
dinners.
it. He loves it.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's aura. Yeah, you see.
He knew
That's
Hector was
what it's
picking
all
up the
about,
bill.
though,
That's
right
what it
there,
was.
man.
But I agree, though. It's great.
That's what it's
I mean,
all
OpTic
about.
have always had that. OpTic have always had that good team, like camaraderie and stuff like that. And now that they're doing it with their challenger team too, is like fire.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume we get some cool bush ones at Major One. I'm sure Jerry and the guys are gonna treat the boys nicely. Maybe a nice little steak dinner. Try and one up the.
Maybe some strippers too.
Oh,
Not for me. Not for me.
No.
Yeah.
Don, thoughts
boys.
on challenges? What's going on lately? Obviously, Elite's happening. Bush, you guys are 2-2, so you need to lock in the final match
Yes.
you're going to play. Also, just given the Huntsman, and there's been a bit of talk about Renegade, his improvement, his progress. I also saw a tweet. We've got Hisoka. He's coming in. I think he did a tweet. Yeah, free agent
Oh, yeah, I
challenges.
saw
I think
that,
he's been
yep.
playing as well. I think he actually has a team and he's been playing a little bit. So it'd be kind of funny if after all the talk about Biffle, who never wanted to do it anyway, and then all the talk about Shifty, if the bag is right, Shifty, then it might be, it could be Hisoka getting the job done. But yeah, kind of state of play and challenges, Don, last topic.
Challengers is lit. I mean, Hisoka, welcome to the pit. I don't know who he's playing with. I mean, he's not in the elite, so I don't know what he got going on. He's gonna be behind on points too, which kind of sucks. But just grind, have fun. I don't know his financial situation. I'm pretty sure was the Warzone guy's pretty paid. Like he might have time.
I mean, he was
Yeah,
been
he's
on the Falcons.
right? He's
so-
good.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, so he's good. So yeah,
he's won plenty too. Like this guy, yeah, he's
yeah.
chilling. Yeah, he's on
okay,
fire.
so good. Take your time, vibe out. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we see you, on one of the best challengers teams first before you maybe get into the league one day. But on the Bush side, I mean, Capsul's reign of terror is over. He terrorized us last week, so we went 2-2. I think now that our team is done tweaking, we should win this next match and we should make playoffs. Yeah, that's all I really got. I mean, I'm confident. I think we're gonna win guaranteed. But it's competition, and we did have a little weird of a situation with our Swaggy. Basically, this guy's been recording VOD. He actually coaches the team that we're playing, like on the side. So that way, you know what I'm saying? It's like yeah, it was definitely a weird situation. So. Swaggy's out of here for right now. But yeah,
we gotta kick him out for a couple
we
weeks.
got a fox in the motherfucking house. So yeah,
Wow.
basically.
He
He said he hasn't shown the other team any of our VOD or
I
any
heard
of
that
our
before,
strategies.
yeah.
I
but it's
believe
like-
him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I believe
But
him.
at the same time, it's like, and it also sucks for him because obviously he didn't plan on us being 2-2, and then his team being 2-2, and then we're playing each other to qualify for the playoffs.
Which team is
But that's
it?
just. I don't know the team name, but it's in the mentions.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Being
they
like
got
this,
your VOD on the theater screen, twin. I ain't gonna hold you.
And he's like telling Byron like they do a lot of research, so make sure you guys open your map pool, like, So I don't know. It's definitely
because he's showing the VODs. He's showing the VODs. Hey,
we show
Hey,
So he's
he's
definitely. That's one little aspect of it, but hopefully we win, man. I mean, the matches we lost, we literally lost because of effort in a tournament match, which is completely unacceptable. But yeah, hopefully we qualify this Wednesday.
And if you
Challenger's
don't,
lit, though.
we're smoking him at Major One. We're smoking him.
If we don't qualify this Wednesday, there's gonna be a lot going on.
Yeah.
We're gonna be very angry.
I mean, you're right.
And then we'll smoke their coach at Major One. Me and you, Don.
Ooh.
Yeah,
After we get done with Exceed, we'll go to him.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the Major One content's going to be go crazy. Okay, gentlemen, absolute pleasure. Just mention one final thing before we close out with that. You guys might have been seeing that there's, just because this series is interesting, the Polymarket have been supporting us on some of the content on the socials. It's fascinating to see how, like, things are changing over there. OpTic are considered 76% favourites anyway against Thieves this weekend, which feels a little bit, I don't know if that's high or low, actually, with the way that things stand right now. But anyway, gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure. Austin, thanks for joining this whole show. Thanks for all the entertainment over the years. It's been a great career from top to bottom, inside the game, outside of the game, always an entertaining character. So, yeah, hopefully we'll find a way to keep you around the scene in some regards. Because I like it when players, obviously some players, they call it a day and they just get out of there. You know, they're doing the accuracy, the Iceman. I respect that. Like, he's.
We'll have to open up the budget, Brad. We'll have to open up the budget, get Austin on a few of these.
Yeah, we can absolutely make something like that happen.
We can keep him busy. We won't get him full time because we'll let him have a break. But we'll
Yeah.
get him on randomly, you know.
Yeah, 100%. So anyway, yeah,
Thanks
those
for
are my
having me on,
thoughts.
man. Appreciate it. It's been a pleasure as always.
I'm sure the chat enjoyed as well today. Don, final thoughts before I give it to Trey.
W Austin, W show. Make sure to like. I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but we're gonna get some. We're gonna get some more money on if y'all like the stream. Okay, we got some goals to hit. Okay, I'm gonna be the money. I'm gonna be upfront with the money.
I like
okay?
that. I like this. Yeah, Don's the money.
We hit certain numbers. We get certain more extra money on. Okay, so like the damn stream. Watch every time. Thanks for Austin for coming here. You know what I'm saying, to help boost the numbers up a little bit. People want to see you. But yeah, besides that, another show, another W Monday, and yeah.
Yeah, listen, I'm not gonna lie. Don's on the Munyon train, and I'll follow him up with that. Make sure you like the stream.
Yep. Thanks for watching on
And
Spotify.
listen,
Let's get a 5-star review.
listen, if you're watching on Spotify, give us a 5-star rating. If you're watching us on YouTube, like the video. If you're watching us live right now, like the video because.
And also watch the VOD and like that as well.
And watch the VOD, yeah. And then send it to everyone else in your family and tell them to do the same thing. We'll appreciate it a lot more because we're trying to buy a yacht this year, a big old yacht.
Yeah.
And we're gonna sail the 7 seas. But no, like we said, I appreciate Austin for stepping on. No one can really shout anymore apart from what we have. Great career, great run, great friend. Great person to have around the scene. So hopefully you stay around. And don't coach a terrible ass team because that's not what we want you for. But no, listen, it was a great show. Hopefully we can do more of these with some other pros too, ex-pros, pros, because it's very refreshing when someone comes on and gives their side of the scene and their side of life and what happens. So, we appreciate Austin for coming on. And if any other people watching this that want to come on and share their stories that was an ex-pro or a pro, hop on. It'd be a pleasure to have you. But no, listen, Major One's coming around the corner. Matches coming up this weekend and next weekend to decide who goes winner bracket, who's in loser bracket. We will be there. I just booked my flight. Rab's booking his. Don lives there. So, no flight money for him. So his Munyon's good. But listen, it's an absolute goddamn pleasure. We appreciate everyone for tuning in to Dope Check episode 83, if I'm not mistaken. We're getting clocked to 100. 82? Don't matter because 83 is next week, isn't it? Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're trying to reach 100,000 subs for this year. 2026, new year, same Dope Check. So don't miss it. But we appreciate you all for tuning in. It's been myself, Don Dada, Tactical Rab, Austin, Little Goat. We'll see you guys in the next one. Appreciate you. Bye.
Take care, everyone.
Later.